Can do it here. Swing and a drive. Deep center field. Going back is Scott. And that one is gone. This game is tied at 6. Harden drives in. Harden. And it's rejected by Flag. Flag recovers it. Flag driving. He might go coast to coast. Gives it to Nembhard in the corner. Nembhard for 3. Bang! For 3. Ryan Nembhard makes it a 20-point lead. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown! And welcome in everybody to District Nation as we're getting ready for the second game of a 3-game series featuring the Beltway Series. Welcome in everybody. Hope everyone is having a great Saturday afternoon. Hope you all are ready for the second game in a row that we're calling. Last night the Nationals took on the Orioles and they were able to get a win, so we're going to talk about that win real quickly during this pregame show, talk about the big events, just recap the game real quickly, but just first, Nationals 22-23 once again find themselves one game out of 500. They're one game out of 500, one win away from being there, and we've been here at least 4 times by now, and each time the Nationals have not been able to put it away. This time, they have a good lineup out there. They're going to have the same few starters, some guys who didn't play yesterday who I expected to play, but instead we're going to get some other people. Someone here, Table Tennis Lover, says, "Hi, what is up? Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for tuning in early." So the Nationals yesterday played the Orioles in the first game of a 3-game series, and that game was quick. I gotta say, it was pretty quick. Let's watch it fly. Yes, thank you. N-A-T-N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo. And Table Tennis Lover says, "Go Nats." All right, thank you for tuning in, Table Tennis Lover. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, we got to watch it fly today. The Nationals yesterday found themselves getting a win after their offense could not really get moving besides one, Dalen Lyle. Dalen Lyle found rhythm immediately. Dalen Lyle single in the second inning, or double in the second inning, then he singles in the fourth, then he goes yard in the 6th inning. The runs in the first inning, the first runs of the game came in the 4th inning off an Abrams single, then Lyle hits a single, and then Nunez able to just have a sac fly, driving a run. Or that's House, sorry. They hadn't switched it out just yet. House with the RBI, but Lyle was getting things done yesterday. Lyle is on a hot streak right now. The month of May has Dalen Lyle's name written all over it. So far, he has 4 home runs in the past 2 series. He's having a good week so far. Can he continue to do it? Hopefully he can. We're a few minutes away from first pitch. Thanks for tuning in with me early, everybody. Last night in the 9th, we got a little worried, though. And there's a few people in the stream that were just a tiny bit worried. So the 9th inning, Andrew Alvarez sent back out there after 3 absolutely amazing innings. He was the Grill Master last night. Grill Master AAA is his new nickname over here. But he had a single, and then he gave up a walk in the 9th inning, and they took him out immediately. I get it. Probably some righties coming up, and then you got Henderson coming up soon. You didn't really want Henderson out there, who's probably a little fatigued in that situation, coming out and pitching. So, and then Laudy Tavares pinch hit, and he draws a walk. And then Kobe Mayo strikes out, so there's 1 out in the inning, but there's still a runner on first, and the bases are loaded at this point. And then Jeremiah Jackson will have a sac fly, and then Henderson has a single, which makes it 3-2. Table Tennis Lover says, "This is my first stream. I'm watching from you." Oh, that is awesome. Thanks for tuning in. You're here for a good stream. We got some Nationals baseball tonight. We are Nats fans here, but I'm fine with whatever team you root for, but obviously you're a Nats fan, so let's go Nats. But thanks for tuning in on District Nation for your live stream. One more thing here in the 9th. And then Henderson singles. Ward able to draw a walk. It's 3-2 by this point. And Adley Rutschman comes up. And Adley Rutschman goes down swinging as Richard Lovelady able to close it out in the 9th inning, get it done. We did use a Varlin at one point in that inning. We were nervous for a little while, but the Nationals still able to put it away in the 9th inning, get a 3-2 win. I think the important part is maybe they're not going to look back on how many runs we gave up. When we go back to this game in a few months, it's going to have a W on it, and that's all you need. And hopefully the Nationals can get another W today, as they're going to take on the Orioles. The Orioles last night couldn't get the offense going until very, very late in the inning, and they were facing Zach Little yesterday. Zach Little was pitching to contact, giving up a lot of barrels, but they still couldn't manage to hit it to not a glove. They were finding easier spots. I'm an Angels and Dodgers fan too, so I'm assuming you're in the LA area if you're Angels, Dodgers, and Nationals. No hate here because I am Nationals, Mavericks, and Commanders. So I have one team out of the area. But hopefully the Nationals can come back and get a win. Their offense can't going, and the Orioles doesn't. If the Orioles offense can't get going against Zach Little, I have a hard time seeing them doing it against Cade Cavalli. Cade Cavalli's been very, very good this season. I mean, he's had some slip-ups, but he's the ace. He is the ace right now. And I consider he's probably the best starter on this team. Him and Foster Griffin are kind of knotted. I'd say they're the two guys you want to watch right now. Biggest Ohtani and Trout fan. Oh, that's good. Got to be in the LA area, though, if someone's an Ohtani and Trout fan. So today, the Nationals offense looks like they're going to be good today. They got a similar order in there. You've got Tena in the order today. He's also in the field at third base. So far, he's really just been playing DH, but tonight he hits in the 3-hole, plays third base. So 3 all over his name tonight. And, of course, the Orioles, they got a similar lineup. Same with Henderson, Rutschman, and Alonso at the core of it. Can those 3 get going? Because if those 3 get going, it's tough. But the Nationals, if they can hold down the Orioles offense, the Nationals will be good. They'll be golden if they can just hold down that offense. And Chris Bassett will be the one to go against the Nats. So we're a few minutes away from first pitch. Bassett 3-2, 5-1. Consistent over about the last 12 years. He's been making 30 every year, 30 starts since 2021. So he's consistent, doing his part. And this season he's off to a little rocky start with a 5-2-1. Maybe the Nationals, they can find some room, find some scoring opportunities today against him, get some runs on the board early. Yesterday, Zach Little and Andrew Alvarez put together 8 shutout innings. Can Cade Cavalli do that as well? So that's the big question here. Will they be able to do well still? So here we go. We're about 5 minutes away from first pitch. So here we go. We're going to get going with our starting lineups and I'm coming back. I'm watching Dr. Delay for a minute. What's up from Forecast Fishing? What is up? Thanks for tuning in. So we're just about 3 minutes away from first pitch. We'll go ahead and look at our starting lineups and batting order for today's games. And leading off is going to be Gunnar Henderson, the shortstop for the Orioles. Batting second is going to be left fielder Taylor Ward. Batting third is going to be the catcher Adley Rutschman. Batting fourth at first base is Pete Alonso. Batting fifth is going to be Samuel Basallo. Basallo's the designated hitter. Batting sixth, the right fielder Tyler O'Neill. Batting seventh is going to be the center fielder Lowdy Taveras. Batting eighth is going to be Kobe Mayo, the third baseman. And batting ninth is Jeremiah Jackson. Jackson takes second base. And on the mound is going to be Chris Bassett. There you go. What up? Chris Bassett 3-2 with a 5.21 ERA. Once again for the Orioles, that's Henderson, Ward, Rutschman, Alonso, Basallo, O'Neill, Taveras, Mayo, Jackson with Bassett on the mound. For Blake Buteras of Washington Nationals, who are 22-23. Tied for second in the NL East. Leading off is going to be the right fielder, James Wood. Batting second at first base is Luis Garcia Jr. Batting third is going to be the third baseman, Jose Tena. Batting fourth is going to be the shortstop, C.J. Abrams. Batting fifth is going to be the left fielder, Dalen Lyle. Batting sixth is Nasim Nunez. Nunez is going to take the role of second base in today's afternoon game. Batting seventh is the catcher, Keibert Ruiz, still coming along offensively, trying to find a groove that he found a couple weeks ago when he was at home, if we can find it again. Batting eighth is going to be the designated hitter, Jorbit Vivas. And batting ninth is going to be the center fielder, Jacob Young. And on the mound for the Washington Nationals is going to be Cade Cavalli. Cavalli 1-2 with a 4.02 ERA. Once again for the Nats, that's Wood, Garcia Jr., Tena, Abrams, Lyle, Nunez, Ruiz, Vivas, Young with Cavalli on the mound. Here we go. Just set for first pitch. The Nationals going to be wearing their City Connect jerseys in today's afternoon game. Orioles going to be wearing road gray. Those are your uniforms for today's game as we're getting ready for baseball right here on District Nation. Nationals Park is going to be the home of this game. Quick, here are umpires for today's game.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
Chris Conroy is going to be our man behind the plate. At first base is Brendan Miller. Second base, Ben May. And at third base is John Tupane. It's 81 degrees is going to be our first pitch temperature. So it's going to be a hot one. Maybe not too many long sleeve shirts as there were last night for the evening game. Maybe we'll get some other shirts instead. Maybe some short sleeves. I need to update ESPN just real quickly. It is still on the last game. Need to update that. I apologize for that. We're going to have the right one on here. Just, yeah, the right game. Forgot to fix that up before I got going. All right, there you go. So there it is. We're going to have the right ESPN screen up on the board. It's going to be the Orioles Nationals for today's game and not yesterday's game. Keys to victory today. I think the Nationals are going to need to come out and get some good offense going early on. If they can get the offense moving, no problem with what they do today. And Cade Cavalli is going to need to throw a gem somehow. Cade Cavalli is going to have to go out 4 or 5 innings. Scoreless baseball would be great. Then hand it over to Brad Lord or let the bullpen take over. Maybe even Paxton Schultz could come out. Something like that. Andrew Alvarez obviously took the spot of Zach Kent in the bullpen as we're going to get going right around first pitch, right on time. Should be maybe 1 or 2 minutes late, but getting going in just a second. So here we go. Nationals, as mentioned, they're wearing their City Connect uniforms. And this is their uniform. Don't really need to describe it too much. There is the uniform. The DC logo. There you go. Excuse me, it's going to be 82 degrees at first pitch. 35% humidity, 12 degrees. It's going to be Henderson to lead it off against a righty pitcher, Cavalli. What will we see from these two in a battle? A lefty-righty matchup to start the game yesterday. It was a lefty-lefty with Henderson starting the game. It's going to be Henderson, Ward, Rutschman, Alonso, Basalo, O'Neill, Tavares, Mayo, Jackson once again. So the Nationals and Orioles both still wearing their green military-themed hats, but now the Nationals are wearing some City Connect jerseys, so it doesn't match as well as it did yesterday as Cade Cavalli throws his final warm-up pitch. We're just about a second away from first pitch now. It only is going to be about 2 minutes late, maybe 4:07. 9 starts this season, a 1-2 record, 4.02 ERA for Cavalli, 40.1 innings worked. He's had 18 walks. 44 strikeouts. So getting the walk count down would be pretty good. And then the whip at 159. Ready for baseball. Cade Cavalli wearing a 3/4 long sleeve under his jersey. Pitchers usually wear long sleeves of some sorts, especially in May even, or April. Cade Cavalli, he's going to come at you with a fastball, a knuckle curve, a sinker, a sweeper to change up. 25% of the time he's going to throw the knuckle curve, 30 through the fastball. But the important thing is if the knuckle curve is working, that complements the fastball very well as Cavalli into the wind. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson is swung on and missed on a fastball at 96 miles an hour. And we are underway right here at 4:07 p.m., just 2 minutes late to Henderson, who's hitting .202 this season. Cavalli steps back as he goes into the delivery of the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. This one's going to be hit to left. Coming into the left fielder, Lyle. Still coming in, and he makes the catch on the run towards foul territory, but makes the catch in fair territory for out number 1. So that's how the first batter is retired in today's game. So it's going to be Ward to hit for the Orioles. On deck, the dangerous hitter, Rutschman. Rutschman really didn't get moving last night, though. Out of the 3-hole. Couldn't really get too much done. He only went 1 for 4 yesterday. The pitch is high, way high, ball 1 to Ward, who's a .265 hitter. That pitch was way high for ball 1. Mentioned again, Tena is in the field today, as opposed to being the designated hitter. The designated hitter being Vivas. Usually those roles are swapped. You have Vivas out in the field, and maybe Tena the designated hitter or a different role. But instead, you got a different roles. The 1-0 is right in there, called strike 1 with a stinker, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Once again, Cavalli, as I got to out a little bit, Cavalli's fastball is probably his best pitch here, but the knuckle curve is the perfect complement to it because it can stay high like the fastball, have the looks of a fastball at the beginning, and then drop. And that's effective for a major league pitcher. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one is called strike 2 on a fastball on the high and out corner. This would be a 1-2 count. Good call by the umpire there. Just nipped the up corner, so now to be a 1-2 count. This would be the perfect time for a knuckle curve. Set him up perfectly with the fastball. The 1-2. Up high, ball 2, the fastball. So that one was very high, so maybe now you're setting him up for the knuckle curve. So 2-2, 1 out. Cavalli has his step back quick wind up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive to center, coming in on his Young. He can't make the catch. It drops, gets away from him second, but he keeps it near him. So that's a hit for Taylor Ward to center field, and that's the first hit of the game. Ward has a knock to center field. Jacob Young couldn't cover just enough ground, had to let it drop as it was coming quickly and was going to drop soon. So that's the first hit Cavalli surrenders. It's going to be to Taylor Ward. So that'll bring up Adley Rutschman with a man on first and one out. Cavalli now works with Ward on first, wearing a black sliding mitt. Cavalli set at the belt. First pitch to Rutschman. He'll go back over. Pickoff attempt is safe. Ward back in there safely. Garcia pops off the bag, fires it over. Garcia made the transition to the position of first base during spring training. Got some work at both second and first. Still plays both positions, but his main position now, you could say, is first base. But you also have Curtis Mead at that position as well. Cavalli sets. Here's the first pitch. High and outside, ball one with a fastball at 98 miles an hour. Got the heat going working, though. It'll be a 1-0 count. Sup, says Table Tennis Lover. Thanks for tuning in. So we got two first-year managers here. Albernaz over for the Orioles. Here comes the 1-0. In there, called strike one with a knuckle curve. Just drops right in the zone. He had the high and outside fastball, and that set him up for dropping a knuckle curve into the zone, looking like the fastball. So he's got the drop. It seems to be working immediately now, complementing each other. So the Orioles, I made a mistake. They're wearing their alternate black uniforms with orange trim. Nats are still in these cities. The 1-1 is in there, called strike two on a sinker. Inside corner, got him. That one was touching, looking at the replay. A little bit high in the zone, but just got it there. Touched it. Clip the zone, so it'll be a 1-2 count now. I love ABS. You're so transparent as fans now in the game. You can see the call immediately after. And if they challenge it, you can see it immediately after. See a lot of Orioles jerseys around the stadium. As Cavalli sets, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing! Check swing, did he go? Yes, says third base umpire John Tupane. And Adley Rutschman is set down swinging. Strikeout number one for Cade Cavalli here in the top of the first, and it's the second out of the inning. Cade Cavalli set down for out number two. Had to grab my water real quickly, and that'll bring up Pete Alonso, the dangerous right-handed hitter. As Cavalli sets. First pitch to Pete Alonso. Here's the pitch, and Alonso swings and grounds this one up the middle into center field past the dive of CJ. Ward's going to stop at second, and that is a single for Pete Alonso right up the middle on the ground. So Pete has a hit in this one, 2 hits in the inning already. So now there's runners on first and second with 2 outs. So runners in scoring position with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Samuel Basallo, a powerful hitter. Cavalli's going to have to work here in the first inning now. That is not what we wanted, though, for Cavalli to get 2 base runners immediately. That was hit 107 off the bat by Pete. Basallo, the lefty, will face Cavalli, the righty. First pitch from Cavalli to Basallo, and he takes a knuckle curve in there, called strike one. Rare does Cavalli lead with the knuckle curve in an at-bat, though. You usually see it after a pitch. Usually a straighter pitch like the sinker or the fastball, and then you see the knuckle curve. Rarely does he lead with it. So that's the first at-bat. First of the 5 guys he's seen that he leads with it. Cavalli going to shake off a couple times. Now he's got the sign he likes. Deal 1. Basallo takes out, and high. Ruiz popped up, ready to bounce it over to first. He did not. No one went, though. So no reason to bounce up. It'll be a 1-1, 2 outs. Cavalli comes set at the belt. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. He goes, and that is just high with a sweeper, and that'll make it a 2-1 count. 2-1, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Basallo, young guy, got some work in during spring. He finds himself in a big power role for the Orioles this season. Then there's obviously the Cavalli story, the 2-1. Basallo takes way inside with a changeup. Dusted Basallo off the plate just a little bit. It'll be a 3-1 count now. Cavalli, amazing story, was injured after his debut in 2022. Waits 3 years, comes back in 2025 to pitch for this team again, and shows up and shows out. And now's the opening day guy, the 3-1. That's going to be a sweeper that clips the zone, and it's full now. So that'll make it 3-2. Just barely clipped the zone. That'll fill her up to 3-2. Clip the bottom part of the zone. Basallo was ready walking towards first, but he didn't get the call. Cavalli got his sign. He comes set. The 3-2 coming. He goes, and Cavalli's going to turn around, take a look on the runner at second, who's Ward. Had a decent lead out there. She's 79 hitter, Basallo. As Cavalli sets, runners will be going on a 3-2. He delivers, and that is swung on and missed on a knuckle curve. Cade Cavalli threw a knuckle curve right in there, and Basallo swung right through it. Cade Cavalli was strikeout number 2 in the inning. That'll end it. 2 hits in the inning, no runs, and 2 men left on base at the end of the first inning, top of the first. It's Baltimore 0, Nationals coming up. Good inning there. Sure, he gave up 2 hits, but 2 strikeouts as well. And got Henderson to fly out to start this game. Henderson, obviously a dangerous hitter, but the average is so low. Can we even call him a dangerous hitter? His average is just so low. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. It's going to be James Wood to lead it off. He swung at the first pitch yesterday, sent it to the deepest part of center, but it was caught by the center fielder last night. The center fielder last night's game was Cowser to start the game. Cowser was taken out. Actually, we'll check. I'm assuming, was that an injury? Because he's not in the starting lineup today. I want to know here if he's injured. I don't think he is, but it's worth to check it out, see if Cowser's okay, even though he's an Oriole. We'll be able to check some other scores here as well. Looks like the Cardinals have a 2-1 lead on the Royals. Rockies beating the Diamondbacks 3-1. Phillies beating the Pirates 3-0. Marlins and Braves just getting underway. Got some night games as well. The Subway Series tonight, the Yankees and the Mets, is going to be a later start. All the rest of the games are later starts. Between 6, 7, you got some 8 o'clocks, 9 o'clocks, the latest one being Giants-A's. I think I might watch some of the Dodgers game after this one. It's at 9:40. And, of course, NCAA baseball is going on. They have series every weekend. So it's going to be James Wood to lead it off for the Nationals here in the bottom of the first inning. I'll still check up on here. Here is the first pitch as Bassett in the wind. First pitch to Wood. Wood swings and hits this one out to center field. Going out second baseman and shortstop. It's going to be the center fielder Tavares under it. He makes the catch for out number 1. So once again, Wood swings at the first pitch and pops out. So Bassett gets the first out. 8 games this season, 7 of them been starts for Bassett. 3-2 record with a 5.21 ERA over 38 innings worked so far. 18 walks, 26 strikeouts. I'm trying to see here if they have a listing of how Cowser is. Bassett steps back. First pitch to Garcia now. He takes inside with a cutter, and it's a 1-0 count. This team carries 3 catchers. Wow, I didn't realize they carried 3. Here's the 1-0. So in a ground ball, this is going to be to the second baseman, Jackson. He throws it over to first in time to get a jogging Garcia for out number 2. So now that'll bring up Jose Tena, who is the DH in today's game. Looks like he's okay. Cowser just taken out of the game, just not given a start. Thought he was the starter. If he's starting on Friday, chances are he is the starter. So be Tena. Bassett into the line. First pitch to Tena. Tena takes outside with a sinker, and it'll be a 1-0 count. 102 out to your bottom 1. Nationals Park with an afternoon baseball game. First pitch was at 4:07. Nationals wearing their City Connects. Tomorrow they'll be wearing the alternate reds as it's a getaway game. Here's the 1-0, and Tena swings and misses at a curveball low and in at 71. Bassett doesn't throw as hard as he did in his heyday probably, but he's still effective if the Orioles want him at least. He's got to be somewhat effective in that case. Bassett, quick windup. Here's the pitch to Tena. Tena swings and lines it third base side. Foul, and we'll do 1-2 now. Can Tena get going early? Tena has been a great pinch hitter as well this season. Had that pinch hit home run in extras in Chicago. Did it against the White Sox. It was a scoreless game, and then Nationals put up a run in the 10th, and then Tana has a homer to add insurance. The 1-2. Tana takes a cutter upstairs, and it'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2, 2 outs now. We got a deuces count now. Bassett back onto the rubber. Now we'll go into the wind. Here's the 2-2 to Tana. Tana takes a curveball outside, ball 3, and that makes the count 3-2. So the count all filled. The runners who are not on base will be going. Looks like there's a bobblehead today, the Alex Ovechkin bobblehead for the Nationals. He's not a Nationals player, a Caps player, but he got a bobblehead for some reason. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Tana. Tana swings and grounds this one to the second baseman. He makes the play on a backhand, fires it to first in time to get a jogging Tana. And that's a 1-2-3 inning worked by Chris Bassett to end the first inning. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base for the Nationals. In the bottom of the first, we'll head to the second. It's still Baltimore 0, Nationals 0 through one full inning of baseball. What to the second? So it'll be O'Neill, Tavares, and Mayo for the Nationals in the second. Got people split in the poll on where they want, who to want to win today. We got some Nats fans as well, some Orioles, and some people for the other ones I put down there. So now Cavalli will go to a second inning of work. He'll face O'Neill to lead it off. Which pitcher do you think will last longer? That's the question I want to know. The answer to, will Bassett last longer or Cavalli last longer? Similar pitch arsenals, except Cavalli throws extremely harder. Bassett's a veteran, just throwing junk out there, and Cavalli has a fastball that is really hard that may touch triple digits. I love when the Nationals have a pitcher like that who can get up to triple digits and work hard. Nationals also have some pitchers on the IL. They lost a couple important players early on. That was sad to see. They lost Cole Henry, their long man, who was also closing out some games. And, of course, Brad Lord has taken over that role of long man. You also have Ken Waldichuk went on to the 60-day. If Ken ever comes back, I'd hope that he does well for this team. Maybe he'll come back towards the end of the season and help out the team just a little bit, maybe 2-3 months of injury. Then you get the rehab after a while. 60 days does not mean 60-day, those. Cavalli was on the 60-day for 3 years. So the 60-day is the shortest that might be on there would be 60 days. 10 or 15 is what I expect to be about 2-3 months, though. 60 days is possibly the shortest they'll be on there. So to be Tyler O'Neill, the right fielder, to lead it off in the second. Cavalli steps back onto the rubber. Righty-righty matchup. Cavalli into the line. First pitch to O'Neill. And O'Neill swings and hits this one back, and it'll be 0-1. Fouled back immediately. It'll make it an 0-1 count. O'Neill, a 169 hitter this season with a home run and 6 RBIs with a 5.47 OPS. Struggling in the OPS category as well as the average category. Struggling in the category of offense. If you're looking at the big picture, here comes the 0-1 to O'Neill. O'Neill takes a breaking ball low and out, and that evens the count up at 1-1. It's be 1-1. Cavalli into the wind. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is foul, third base side, and we'll do 1-2 now. Mr. DCO, great afternoon. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Hit the like button and sub to District Nation Network. 1-2, no outs. Cavalli will go back into the windup. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive, foul. First base side, We'll do 1-2 again. If you're inspired to join in the chat, you're welcome to do so at any time. Respectfully. Thank you, Charles, for that reminder. So, it'll be 1-2. Cavalli. Into the line. Here comes the 1-2, low and out with a breaking ball to be 2-2. That looks like some slider movement. I'm doing very well, thanks. 2-2. Cavalli working against O'Neill, who has the open stance. 1 foot, the front foot opened up. Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball, right field, that's foul, and will get out of play up to far up the first section. Looks like a fan almost made a catch. Winners never quit and quitters never win. What a quote. So this pitch sequence here, there's been a lot of duplicates. Basically, you got the four-seamer and then the four-seamer and then the knuckle curve and the sinker, and then you got two sweepers in a row. Cavalli. Now at 24 pitches in the second inning, here comes the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball going out to shallow right, going out to Nunez and Garcia. It'll be Nunez to make the catch in a shallow right for out number 1. So O'Neill flies out to the second baseman, who is in fair territory there. So now to be Laudy Taveras, the center fielder, to hit with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. 2 strikeouts already for Cavalli on the game. We're into the second inning. Cavalli was the opening day starter this season for the Nats. Interesting fact about that, the Nationals have not had the same for opening day starter. Here's the pitch, is right in there, called strike 1 with a fastball at 98. The Nationals have not had the same opening day starter since 2022, when they had Corbin 2 years in a row, 22 and 23. Every other, even before then, there's a lot of other ones. Here comes the 0-1, and that one is swung on and missed on a sweeper. May have nicked it just a little bit, but it'll be 0-2 nevertheless. And the Nationals in 2022 had Corbin. Then in 2023, they also had Corbin, and then 2024, they had Josiah Gray, and then 2025, Mackenzie Gore, and then 2026, Cade Cavalli. Cavalli, who has finally found his way up to the bigs. So 0-2, Cavalli. We'll go back into the wind. Here comes the 0-2, the pitch. Swinging a grounder. Oh, Cavalli tried to make the play behind the back, but he can't. No throw from the shortstop Abrams, who missed the ball, trying to come up with it as that one was hit lightly up the middle. They give him credit for the hit. Cavalli tried to make the play behind his back, couldn't get it. So Abrams had to come charging in, but he missed the ball trying to pick it up. So they're going to say the official scoring rule is pending. That one was hit up the middle. Cavalli tried to make the play behind his back. Then Abrams came charging, and he tried to get it and went off his glove as he tried to came up with it. So now there's a runner on first. Cavalli sets. He'll throw over to first. Back in safely is Taveras, the runner. So I'm wondering what Taveras' hit will be scored as if they're going to give him a hit. So they're going to give him a hit on the grounder to Abrams. That's the third hit given up by Cavalli in this game in the second inning only. Cavalli sets. Pitch to Mayo. Mayo takes a strike right in there, called strike 1 with a sweeper. Excuse me, I had to step off screen for a second. 1-0-1 out. Mayo hitting 179 with 4 home runs. Good lead out there by Taveras. Will go back over to first, but the throw is not in time to get Taveras. So Cavalli has used both his disengagements now. So Taveras is clear to go. If Taveras wants to run here, he can run. If you don't get him on the third pickoff, he gets the extra base. The new rule instituted in 2023. Here comes the 0-1. This is outside ball 1 with a fastball, and that'll make it a 1-1 count. Taveras didn't go anywhere. Ruiz popped up like he was going to go somewhere, the way he popped up. Taveras out with a good lead. Cavalli shakes off. Now he's got the sign he wants. He comes set. Time called by the hitter. Mayo will take a step out, take a deep breath. 1-1, 1 out. Top second. Nationals and the Orioles knotted at 0. No scoring going on just yet. Cavalli sets. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Cavalli waiting. Here he goes. The pitch. Curveball outside. Ball 2. Throw down to second. Not in time. And Taveras swipes the bag. So they're going to call it called strike there. So it'll be a 1-2 count. But Taveras is able to swipe the bag. Smart move to do when Cavalli had no disengagements he had left. So now the runner on first is a runner on second, but it's a 1-2 count. If it had been 2-1, you could have said, let's try to bunt, but they can't bunt here. So, excuse me, my feed just went out. We'll be back in a second, but it's a 2-1 count. My feed just went out. Get it back here. So it'll be 2-1 count when I checked, but excuse me, the feed just went out. And looks like Kobe Mayo is going to single on a line drive to Dalen Lyle. So Taveras moves up to third. That was a single, and I've got it back here. That was a single to Lyle. Looked like Taveras might go home, but he didn't take a wide enough turn, so that is a hit to left for Mayo, if you didn't know. Sorry, the feed just went out for a second. Your support and contribution on District Network is greatly appreciated. You are valued indeed. Thank you, Charles. So it'll be Jeremiah Jackson with runners on the corners. Cavalli looking for a sign. He sets the pitch to Jackson. First pitch in this one is high, ball one with a sinker, and that'll make it a 1-0 count. Orioles threatening to score early on here in the second inning. Jeremiah Jackson, a .241 hitter, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. That begs the question, why is Jackson hitting ninth? He's much better than the other guys in the order. I think he'd be hitting sixth with the way he's hitting, or even fifth, the 1-0. So in a ground ball, this is at the third baseman, goes to second, to first, yes, on the 5-4-3 double play, and the Nationals get out of it here in the second. On the grounder to Tena, he went to Nunez, and then to Garcia Jr. to get the 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. No runs will score, but the Orioles had threatened to score, but they can't get any runs. The double play gets them out of it. So now through 1.5, it's still the Orioles 0, the Nationals 0. The Orioles got 2 hits, and they leave 1 man. So now Cavalli has given up 4 hits. He'll face the top of the order once again in the third. 2 not too efficient innings there. Not the most efficient he's ever worked. The good thing was Taveras was at third. He probably would have scored if that wasn't a double play. If they don't turn that, it's a 1-0 game. Luckily, Tena turned it perfectly. In the bottom of the second will be Abrams, Lyle, and then Nunez for the Nationals. Abrams has been a hot hitter lately, one of the league leaders in the Ribby column. Hits a lot of bombs. Or excuse me, a lot of RBIs as well. Not even just home runs. There's a lot of guys who just drive in runs through home runs. Then there's guys like Abrams, smaller cleanup hitters, not too many home runs, but still manages to get it done as a hitter. So what do we expect from Abrams here? And maybe I would like Lyle to have a good game here. So here we go as we head to the bottom of the second. We got some offense coming up. Bottom of the second coming up. Charge as we head to the bottom of the second. Got the organs there playing the charge sound effect. Got a lot of Orioles fans as well, sitting with Nats fans too. Got a mix of fans. Because it is between the two teams. Cross the Beltway. You're there. Get on to one of the Beltways. So what is the best rivalry series in the MLB? If anyone here, what is your favorite rivalry as Bassett will go into his wind? First pitch to CJ. And Abrams fouls this one, third base side, out of play, and it'll be 0-1. My personal favorite, completely biased, is the Beltway Series. I think it's just the most fun. And it's also local. So it's always fun for me. As Bassett at the belt. He winds, kicks, and now he deals. And Abrams swings in, lines this one, right field. That's going to be fair. Bounces off the fence. That'll bounce towards the right fielder, but C.J. Abrams can cruise into second with a double. C.J. Abrams getting it done here in the bottom of the second. The Nationals are in business. They got a double here in the bottom of the second inning. C.J. Abrams doubles down the line. It's off of that fence that bends back onto the field, so he hit it hard over the bag on a line, and then it bounced a few times, then bounced into the corner of where that bend right where the ball girl sits. That place, it bounced off of that exact fence that the ball girl would sit by. So now it'll be Dalen Lyle, who's going to show bunt and then take it back in time for it to be ball 1. I don't see why you have your hottest hitter bunting, though. But at the same time, the Nationals have been doing things weirder this season. They've got a strategy going. Lyle hitting .274 with 7 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Funny, most of those have come in the past few games. He's been red hot. Here comes the 1-0. Lyle takes way inside with a sinker. Got Lyle down to his chest as that was way inside. So far, Dalen Lyle's been absolutely hot. Home run to start the series on Tuesday, then had another one on Wednesday, and then he had another one on Friday. He's doing absolutely amazingly right now. Can only see what he can do in the future as a cleanup hitter for a team like the Nats when they're going to be good in a few years. Here comes the 2-0 to Lyle. Lyle takes a fastball in there, called strike one. Just clipped the outside part of the zone. It'll be a 2-1 count. Now, do you give Lyle the bunt signal again? Try to surprise him. Or let Lyle swing away for the fences even. Bassett sets. The 2-1. Lyle swings and misses at a cutter, and it's 2-2. That was a cutter that went inside on him, and that evens up the count at 2-2. Bottom 2, 2-2, no outs. Bassett sets. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and drives this one to right field, coming against the right fielder O'Neill. O'Neill behind it will make the catch. Abrams is not going to go to third. Was not deep enough. Now we'll get off second a little bit as the throw got away, but he's not going to go anywhere. So that fly out was not deep enough at all to get Abrams over to third. So that's out number one, and that'll bring up Nasim Nunez to hit from the left side, the switch hitter, and on deck being Ruiz. So one of them should be able to drive in the run, get a base hit, and Abrams probably scores. A base hit to the outfield. He's probably on third, or he scores, and it's a 1-0 game. But you got to score him. You got to get the hit. I bet Nunez takes a good hack here as Bassett sets. First pitch to Nunez. Nunez takes a cutter outside, and it's a 1-0 count immediately. Nunez wearing a cyan under arm sleeve on his right arm. Bassett sets. Here comes the 1-0 to Nunez. Nunez takes a curveball inside, and then I'll make it a 2-0 count. So that makes it 2-0. Bassett's going to have to throw him a strike. I wonder if Nunez takes a hack here. Nunez only with a few career home runs. His first two, though, were against the Marlins in the same game. He had two of them. He pulled the first one in the pen and then went to right center with the second one. Here comes the 2-0 to Nunez, and Nunez swings and misses at a sinker. Took a big hack that time, and it's a 2-1 count. Nunez wears number 26 for DC. One of the shortest on the team at 5'9", I believe. His height is, but he's a short little guy. 5'7", I think it is. Bassett sets. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Nunez takes a cutter up in the zone, and that'll be ball 3. They can't get the call there, so it's a 3-1 count now. Now, Bassett's really going to have to come to him. Throw him a pitch in the zone. Hunting fastball. Bassett sets. The 3-1 to Nunez. Nunez takes ball 4 upstairs with a sinker high in the zone, and Nasim Nunez is going to draw a walk to get his offensive day started. So now there's runners on first and second. That'll bring up Keibert Ruiz with a runner in scoring position and the opportunity for an RBI. So 1 out, and it'll be Ruiz. Ruiz had that big game on May 7th where he had 3 hits, 2 of them a double and a homer. So he was red hot during that time. Hasn't really found it since then. That was really his only good game. Pitch Ruiz. That's a curveball in there, called strike 1. I would break out the score sheet for that game, but I actually used my fan scorecard for that game, my fan scorebook. Right now I'm using the big radio one as Ruiz is going to take a timeout, take a couple hacks. Bassett sets. Here comes the 0-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and drives it deep right field. Going back is the right fielder, O'Neill. And it's out of here! Gone! Watch it fly, Keibert Ruiz with his 4th home run of the season. And it's 3-0 Nationals in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And we were just saying how Keibert Ruiz can't find it offensively. Ruiz just found it offensively. Keibert Ruiz showing signs of being back at home on an afternoon game. Similar situation, huh? And Ruiz drives in 3 And it's a 3-0 game here in the bottom of the second. Gabe Ruiz, the catcher spot has not been offensive this season. It has not been the spot where runs are driven in, not the spot for home runs with some non-offensive guys there. But now it is. First pitch to Vivas is outside, ball 1. So now it's time for the hat. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo. Second one, N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo. And one more to go. We'll wait a second here to do it. The 1-0 from Bassett, and Vivas takes a sinker in the zone that evens the count. One more to go. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo. So make it a 1-1 count to Vivas. 3-0 game, and Ruiz found it. Here's the pitch, and that's high, ball 2 with a curveball, and it'll be a 2-1 count. Bassett comes set. Once again, you had to get to him early, and the Nationals did. They put 3 on the board quickly. The pitch, and Vivas check swing, fouls it off the cutter, and it'll be 2-2. Just fouled off the cutter that time. Nothing like a wake-up call, like a hide-inside pitch to Gabe Ruiz, and he drives it to the bullpen. Goes yard. O'Neill tried to climb the fence, but he was a little early on the jump, and it was just too far for him to not get it. Vivas still looking for his first crank of the season. Doesn't have it just yet, only has one career one. Here's the 2-2 to Vivas. Vivas swings and fouls this one back, and we'll do 2-2 again. So 2-2, 1 out. Vivas 250, still no bombs, 3 RBIs with a 6.44 OPS. Here's the 2-2 coming to Vivas. Vivas takes a cutter upstairs, and that'll make the count 3-2. Bassett facing his 5th batter of the inning. He gave up a hit, a fly out, a walk, and then a home run from Ruiz. Here comes the 3-2 to Vivas. Vivas swings and misses at a sinker up in the zone, and that's strikeout number 1 for Bassett and out number 2 in the inning. So now to be Jacob Young, the center fielder, to hit. The 9-hole hitter in today's game. Recently he was hitting in the 3-hole and the 5-hole, but that was really much more against lefties. So be Jacob Young. Bassett now at 30 pitches. Young at 213 with 3 home runs and 17 RBIs. More of a glove than a bat, just for Young at least. Here's the pitch to JY. That's in there with a sinker, and it's 0-1. That one clipped the bottom out low part of the zone. It's be 0-1, 2 outs. Bassett sets. The 0-1. And Young swings and grounds this one. First base or third base side foul, and it'll be 0-2. He was early on a curveball that time. It's be 0-2, 2 outs. Young facing Bassett, a young guy versus the veteran pitcher. As Bassett comes set, he goes into the wind. Here's the pitch to Young. He's working out the set now, actually, and he'll be outside with a cutter, ball 1. Bassett was taking a step-back wind-up. Now he's really just coming set. He's calling his own pitches on the pitch comm. So he comes set. He's at the belt. Here's a quick little step back, and here's the pitch to Young. Swing and a miss at a sweeper, low, very low. Out of the zone, he gets Young to chase, though. 2 strikeouts in a row for Bassett ends the inning. But the Nationals get 3 on the board, courtesy of a Gabe Ruiz home run. And it's 3-0 Nationals through 2 innings. 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors, no runners left on base. The Nationals get 3, and they have a 3-0 lead as we head to the 3rd. Cade Cavalli having trouble? Well, Ruiz said to him, probably in the dugout, I know you're not having a good day, man. You're giving up some hits. Let me hit you a 3-run home run. I guess that's what he needed, because now the Nationals have a lead, and hopefully Cavalli can hold this slim lead. The Orioles will have the top of their order up. Funny, the Nationals and the Orioles are at the same point in their lineup now. Both of them will have their leadoff hitter up in the 3rd. Both of the leadoff hitters also flew out. So we got some similar orders here going in the offensive category, but one team has 3 and the other has a big old goose egg. That's one big difference. And one is wearing their super amazing City Connects, while the other is just wearing a boring alternate black uniform. We'll get ready for the third in just a moment. Cavalli will be facing Henderson, the shortstop. He'll face Henderson, Ward, and Rutschman in the third. Already got 5 likes on the stream. Be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button before we continue. And we're at a break here, so you can take a moment to at least do those both things, and we'll get going in a second here. MLB's ahead of me, so I'm wondering how ahead ESPN is of me. ESPN is just a little bit ahead of me, but that's okay. Just don't spoil the game. The last 3 seasons to get these O's, the Nationals are 8-3. Here's the first pitch to Gunnar Henderson, and that is in there. Called strike one with a sweeper, and it's 0-1. Cavalli going right back to work against Henderson. Here comes the 0-1 from Cavalli. This one is swung on, fouled. Third base side, and we'll do 0-2 now. Immediately 2 strikes in there in the zone, so make it an 0-2 count. This will be 0-2. Cavalli into the line. The 0-2 pitch to Henderson. Low and in with a sweeper, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Almost set him up for the swing and miss there. I could tell by his eyes Henderson wanted to swing. Just a little low, though. Think locate that a little higher and it drops a little less. You get a swing and miss. Cavalli. Into the line. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 with a changeup at the low part of the zone. Strikeout number 3 for Cavalli, and he locates that one perfectly right into the zone. Strikeout number 3. Third one of the game, and we're just in the third inning. Cavalli's just getting started. He locates that one perfectly, and Henderson knew it too. Immediately walked out of the batter's box before the umpire behind the plate, Conroy, our crew chief, could even pump his fist. First pitch to Ward. It's a fastball right in their bottom part of the zone, and it's 0-1. 269 average for Ward, a home run and 12 RBIs. Comes the 0-1 from Cavalli. That is low with a sweeper, and that evens up the count at 1-1. 1-1, 1 out here in the third. Just joining us, 3-0 Nationals between the Nats and the O's in the Beltway Series Game 2. Nationals able to take Game 1, 3-2. The 1-1 is called. Strike 2 with a changeup on the outside part of the zone. Cavalli locating that changeup well. Finds it for another looking strike. Now he's a 1-2 count. I'd bet he goes to the knuckle curve here. Try to get the change. Here comes the 1-2. Sword swing, strike 3 on the fastball inside at 99 miles an hour. Strikeout number 4 for Cavalli, and he got a sword swing inside on the righty Ward. Wow. Sword. Strikeout number 4 for Cavalli on an high and inside pitch. Cade Cavalli going right to work. His first pitch to Rutschman is in there, called strike 1 with a sweeper, and it's 0-1. Rutschman hitting from the left side, the switch hitter, facing Cavalli, the righty. 275 average for Rutschman. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball. This is right at the second baseman. Nunez off a one-hop. Fires it to first in time for the out. Out number 3 in the inning. And Cade Cavalli, after having a long second inning, gets it 1-2-3 in the third with 2 strikeouts. No runs, no hits. No runners left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It's still the Nationals 3, the Orioles 0. It'll be Wood, Garcia Jr., and Tainoff for the Nationals in the bottom of the third. I didn't realize this. My uniform even has this patch with the District of Columbia. That's on the actual jersey. Didn't even realize that. It was on the actual one. Nothing on the other side. Also, of course, the 2005 at the bottom of the uniform. This is a blueprint of the actual Metro system. It's a cool uniform to go with DC's theme, the blueprint, and it's literally blue. Can the Nationals put up more in the third? Maybe Wood can get in on the action. Love to see Wood get in on the action, get in on the fun. I know Wood can too. Wood loves powering balls out of here. Wood, Garcia Jr., Tana to face Bassett. 3 runs already given up, only off 2 hits. That's the problem with walks, though. Walks aren't hits, but there's still a runner on. That's the annoying part. There's still a hit. There's still a runner on base. Thanks to everybody who's already tuning in with us for this game. And everyone who's already here before the game as well. Everyone who showed up on time or not on time. Alonso's going to be leading off the 4th for the Nats, but let's hope that's like an hour from now. Get a long, long, long outing from the Nats. An offensive outing. This is the Ovechkin bobblehead day for the Nationals. Even though Alex Ovechkin, that's a Caps player. That is not a familiar name to Nats fans probably because it's a Caps player. But also, of course, that time, the year where the Nationals, Caps, and heck, if you want to throw UVA in there, they were all synced up and they won us championships all together, and the Mystics also thrown in there. No way the Wizards or the Commanders, or at that time the Redskins, were going to win, though. The pitch to Wood is outside with a sweeper at 72, and it'll be 1-0. So a very slow breaking ball there from Bassett as he takes a step off the rubber, now steps back on. The 1-0 to Wood. Wood swings and misses at a sinker at 92, and it's 1-1. Wood took a big hack there. Wanted that one badly. .233 average for Wood with 12 home runs, 29 RBIs. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Wood. And Wood swings and belts this one out to center. Going back to center fielder Taveras at the track, at the wall. It's off the top of the fence. Wood's going to be into second with a double. So they're saying that one's in play, but it bounced off the very top of the wall. And when I say very top, off the top of it. Is that out, though? That's my question here. Wood looked like it got out of here. He thought it was too, but he was hustling out of the box anyway. And that one bounced off the very top of the wall and came back, just barely not out of here. Taveras caught it off there. Are they going to call this gone, though? I think this ball's in play. Yes, this ball's in play, so Wood has a double. Here in the bottom of the third as Bassett's back on the rubber. Now it's Louis. And Louis grounds this one to first. Fouled on the first base line. But James Wood with a big double. Big time double off the left center wall. Always going opposite field. That's just James Wood's MO. Going to left center field. He's got a ton of power for a lefty to go to left field. Here's the pitch to Louis. With a runner on second, the 0-1. And Garcia fouls this one. Left field line. Foul, and it'll be 0-2 now. Garcia Jr. Behind him is Tana on deck. .265 average for Garcia. 3 home runs. He's been doing well. He hasn't had every start because you got Curtis Mead as well to play first base. Mead usually faces the lefties, though. And Garcia gets to face righties, but it's not exactly split. The 0-2, Garcia fouls this one. In a foul grounds, the third baseman, Mayo. He'll make the catch in foul territory for out number 1. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up Jose Tena, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Wood finds himself on second, though, after the double. Just barely missed a home run. Almost got it out of here, but could not. 1 out, a runner in scoring position now for Jose Tena. So the Nationals overpowered Mr. Bassett with lefties. First pitch to Tena is a curveball in there called strike 1. You got a bunch of lefties in a row here. Wood, and then Garcia Jr., then Tena, then Abrams, then Lyle. And then you got switch hitters Nunez and Ruiz to hit from the left side. And then Vivas. So 1 official righty in the order today against Bassett. Here's the pitch to Tena, and Tena swings and misses at a curveball low. It'll be 0-2. But really, really overpowering him with lefties. Even Vivas in there. So that's 8 lefties in a row. And then you get Young. So you finally get 1 righty. You get 1 righty in the order for Mr. Bassett to face. Here comes the 0-2 to Tanon. That's inside ball one. It'll be a 1-2 count. So it's 1-2 with one out. Wood still getting his lead away from second. This is a James Wood uniform on my back. Bassett comes set. Here comes the 1-2 to Tanon. Tanon takes outside with a curveball, and that'll even up the count at 2-2. So 2-2 now. Bassett into his third inning of work with 44 pitches. He's worked 3 1/3 so far. You want to get at least 4 out of your starter, but yesterday the Orioles were good enough to get, I think I got 7 out of their starter in Baz. The 2-2. Tanon swings and grounds this one. The first baseman Alonso takes it himself. He takes it to the bag in time for out number 2. That'll move James Wood up to third base. So 2 outs and Wood finds himself at third. And that'll bring up C.J. Abrams, the RBI champ right now. Can C.J. Abrams get maybe a run or 2 for the Nats, get him another run, put more runs on the board? Runs are all they really need right now. As comes set is Bassett. First pitch to C.J. And Abrams swings and grounds this one, fouled on the first base line. This curveball is really slow. That was 70 miles an hour. They have to learn to wait back on the curveball, but at the same time, you can ramp it up to a mid-90s fastball. Abrams just close to the 300 mark with the average. 9 home runs as well, 296. He has a double in today's game. He's 1 for 1. He scored in that inning off the Ruiz home run. The 0-1 from Bassett is high ball one with a cutter at 89. Yeah, exactly. Go from a 70-mile-an-hour curveball to an 89-mile-an-hour cutter. So it's moving on both of them. It's just speed. You got to wait back and recognize when the breaking ball happens. How do you do that, though? Here comes the 1-1 to Abrams. And Abrams swings and lines this one down left field line, but it's foul. Just barely missed it. Ballgirl will field it and give it to a fan. So it'll be a 1-2 count. Just missed himself a base hit. Just barely. So 1-2, 2 outs. For RBIs, the leaders, Abrams, Wood, and Lyle for the Nats right now, as well as House there. Abrams, though, leads the team and 4th in the MLB. So they're good. He's in the 4-hole. The pitch to Abrams. And Abrams lines this one to right center field. That's going to get to the gap all the way to the wall. James Wood will score. Abrams headed to second, and he will stop there. And C.J. Abrams has another double in today's game, and it's 4-0 Nationals. C.J. Abrams drives in another run, has himself another double, and it's 4-zip. So I think the Nationals want to try to get runs on the board, retire this game early, get the win early, put it in the books, make the Orioles not have any hope. And they're going to do that. It's 4-0 early on here in the bottom of the third. C.J. Abrams able to drive in a run there with his own double. And now it's Dalen Lyle. He takes a strike in there with a sinker. It's 0-1. N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Whoa! 4-0 game. Abrams hit that one 102 all the way to the wall. Here's the pitch to Lyle. And Lyle takes outside with a curveball that evens up the count at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 to Lyle. Lyle takes inside, and it's a 2-1 count. Looks like the Nats are still winning the poll in our poll for who's winning the game. Let's go. And they have the lead. So 4-0 game here in the bottom of the third. Nationals looking good offensively. As Bassett's going to call his own pitch off a pitch calm. He had to take a timeout too. His first disengagement. Bassett comes set. He's facing Lyle, who's been very good as well. He flew out in his first AB. Pitch to Lyle. Lyle takes a changeup low, and that makes it 3-1. Now he'll have to throw a good pitch to Dalen Lyle, who's been hitting good pitches lately. This will be a 3-1 count. Bassett sets. The 3-1 coming to Lyle. Lyle takes a sweeper, called strike 2 on the outside corner, and that makes the count 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs. Bassett steps back onto the rubber. He waits. Now he comes set. That one was called by the catcher, and that's Park. Has a lot of fans here tonight. The 3-2. And Lyle lines this one first base side foul well into the stands. Got a mix of red and orange as well. This is an afternoon game, excuse me. I said it was a night game, but this is an afternoon game, a Saturday afternoon. You got plenty of fans who probably came for the bobblehead. Tomorrow you'll get some fans too because there's the kids sliding mint. I believe it's a lot of giveaways for kids, but that's just probably a good one that kids will want. The 3-2 swing and a miss at a sinker low and inside, and Dalen Lyle is down swinging. So that's strikeout number 3 for Bassett, but the Nationals get one more on the board, courtesy of a C.J. Abrams double. So now it's the Nationals 4, the Orioles nothing. The Nationals get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, a man left. Through 3 innings, it's the Nationals 4, Orioles nothing. We'll head to the 4th. It'll be Alonso, Basallo, and O'Neill, the heart of this order or not the heart, you just get 4, 5, 6 for the man Cade Cavalli to face in the 4th. He has 4 strikeouts on the day. So will Alonso hit it, but you got a righty-righty matchup here, and then you get lefty Basallo and then righty O'Neill. It'd be nice if the Nationals could get some of them out. So the Nationals have 60% in the poll. 18 is Orioles, 9 and 9%. Both get 9%. It's just here for a good game. Just here for a good game, and then extra innings is what one person wants, apparently. Everyone likes extra innings, unless your team is winning. Then you don't like extra innings. Extra innings, you're excited, but I'd rather just get the win. Getting the win is more important than being excited. Through 3 innings here from DC. It'll be Alonso, Basallo, and O'Neill. Alonso 1 for 1. Basallo 0 for 1 with a strikeout. O'Neill flew out to second base. He's 0 for 1 as well. So we'll go ahead and check on some other MLB scores just real quickly. So it'll be the Nationals have 4-0 lead. Cardinals have a 4-1 lead over the Royals. Rockies beating the D-backs 3-2. The Phillies beating the Pirates 5-0. The Rays have a 1-0 lead over the Marlins. The Reds and the Guardians are going to be starting at 6:10. At 7:10, the Rangers, Astros. At 7:10 as well, Cubs, White Sox. At 7:10, Brewers, Twins. At 7:15, you got the Padres and Mariners. Red Sox and Braves at 7:15. 7:15, Yankees, Mets. And then Dodgers, Angels at 9:38. The first pitch to Pete Alonso is high, ball 1 with a changeup. It'll be a 1-0 count. At 9:40, you'll have the Giants and Athletics. An exciting game. You got the Yankees and Mets, the Subway Series. You're going to get Carlos Rodon against Huascar Brazoban, as Cavalli will go back into the wind. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Alonso. Alonso takes low with a sinker, and it'll be a 2-0 count. Looks like the Yankees already have their lineup in. Rice, Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Chisholm, Rosario, Grisham, Volpe, Wells. Looks like Ahmed Rosario still finding playing time on different teams. The 2-0 is right in there, called strike 1 with a sinker to Alonso, and it would be a 2-0 count. Cavalli back onto the rubber. Looks like he's sweating a lot out there in the hot day. He goes into the wind. Here's the 2-1 to Alonso. Swinging a fly ball out to right field. Going out to Nunez. Coming in is Wood. It'll be James Wood to make the catch towards the shallow part of the infield for out number 1. So Alonso is retired. So that's out number 1. So now it'll be Samuel Basallo, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Cavalli found a rhythm during the 3rd when it came to strikeouts. 2 in a row. The first pitch to Basallo. Swinging a foul. Ooh, off of Basallo's leg. He immediately falls to the ground. Reese will get up, make sure he's okay. But Basallo really looks hurt by this one. Does not look like it was comfortable. He's going to walk around for a second. Limp around. That got him right on the leg, right up towards the knee of his leg when he hit that. Took a big hack. Then it fouled right below his knee on his front foot. Cannot be fun. Just missed his guard, too, on his right leg. He's going to shake it out, make sure he's okay. Albernaz talking to his player, and the trainer out there talking to Basallo, making sure he's okay. Looks like he's okay, and Basallo will take some hacks again. He'll put his helmet back on. He took it off to wipe off some sweat. He'll step back in. That's a toughie. A real toughie there. Umpire will say something to Basallo real quickly, make sure he's okay. So it's an 0-1 count here. Cavalli into the wind. Here's the 0-1 to Basallo. Basallo swings and grounds this one first base side and fouled, now to be 0-2. Basallo takes step out. That one looks like it hurt. That swing looked like it hurt. Maybe he shouldn't be swinging. Maybe we need to put in Gauser. Make sure Basallo's okay by putting in a sub. Make sure it's not a good hitter either. Get a new hitter a chance. Call up someone from single A to put him in the game. Call up someone from single A and put him in for Basallo. Make sure Basallo's out for a couple months. The 0-2 swing, and I may have said a high fastball. High and outside of the zone, but Cavalli gets him to chase. Strikeout number 5 for Cade. And he has 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Cavalli's found a rhythm here. 5 strikeouts. He got Rutschman on the first one on the swinging. Then he got Basallo swinging. And then he got Henderson swinging in the third. Or looking in the third. Then he got Ward swinging. And now he gets Basallo swinging on a bad pitch. So 5 strikeouts. First pitch, and that is fouled off by a Ward back and out of play. And it'll be 0-1. What is Mr. C's in? Hey, Mr. C, how you doing? Stepping in for a bit between errands. Looks like the Nats are doing well so far. Yep. We got some good offense going here, and Cavalli seems to be doing well as well, the 0-1. And Ward swings and fouls this fastball back at 99 miles an hour. Yeah, Nationals first. Their offense looking good. They got the Abrams double, and then Nunez walks, and then Ruiz hits a home run. And then Wood and Abrams string together a couple doubles to get another run, so the Nationals have a 4-0 lead. So thanks for stopping by in between your errands, Mr. C. Cavalli into the wind. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be to the third baseman, Tena. He gets up, fires it to first, in time to retire O'Neill for out number 3. So that ends the inning. 4 innings worked by Cade Cavalli. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. Another 0 thrown up into the books for the Orioles. Went to the bottom of the 4th. Mrs. C says hello as well. Hello, Mrs. C. Hope both of you are having a great day. And for you, let's hope the Nationals get a win and try to get back to 500. 1 game out of that 500 mark. And if they win tomorrow too, they're over 500. When have we ever done that before? So maybe the Nationals can do that. But thank you, Mr. and Mrs. C, for stopping by for a bit in between the errands. Thank you so much for supporting. So for the 4th, it's going to be Nunez, Ruiz, and Vivas for the Nationals. Will Bassett stay out there even for 4th inning? You want to keep him out there as long as possible, but also the Orioles don't want to be affected by it. Has Cavalli issued any walks today? Cavalli, in fact, has not issued a walk just yet. He has only given up hits and struck out guys and gotten outs. No walks for Mr. Cavalli today. Mr. C, no walks given up at all. So he's doing a little bit better than Little was. Little had a couple walks yesterday, and Cavalli has not hit a batter or walked a guy yet. So not handing out any free passes today. And also, no playing meatballs today. 5 strikeouts through 4 innings. Only handing out the spicy meatballs today. Wondering if Nunez will even dare to lead off an inning with a bunt. Because I like Nunez as a bunter. Nunez is probably one of the best bunters in the league, and obviously one of the best runners in the league. One of the league leaders in stolen bases. Haha, spicy meatballs. Yep. No plain meatballs for this afternoon Saturday game. Only red, hot, spicy meatballs, Mr. C. This would be the 4th. Nunez to lead it off. Looks like a lot of people are giving troops some love over this weekend with the military theme as well as the fans there. The pitch is swung on and missed on a fastball, and it's 0-1 from Bassett. This would be 0-1. Clock already ticking down as Bassett's on the rubber. He comes set. He goes into his quick step-back windup and then immediately goes to the plate. Here's the 0-1 to Nunez, and Nunez takes outside, and it'll make it a 1-1 count. Nunez, 2-0-2, no home runs, 14 RBIs, but not really a home run guy. Not really a hitter either. He draws his walks, grabs his bunts, gets little hits, and then steals the bases he needs. And that's what Nunez is good at. Comes the 1-1. And Nunez takes inside ball 2, gets away from the catcher. Rutschman will get a new ball put in play. So it'll be a 2-1 count. Bassett climbing up in pitch count. He's up to 59 now, so he'll be at 60 with this next pitch. So here is Bassett into the line. The pitch to Nunez in there, called strike two, the sinker. Nunez thought it may have been a little inside, but they're going to call it a strike. That one was barely touching the zone. So we'll take a look at some of the pitch counts real quickly. Bassett at 60 pitches and Cavalli at 54. 40 strikes for Cavalli, so he's been good. The pitch to Nunez outside, and that makes the count 3-2 with a 70-mile-an-hour curveball. Once again, that slow curveball, similar to the Meatball Michaelis curveball, really slow, kind of just up in the zone or out of the zone, and just extremely slow. The only thing to know about it is it's annoyingly slow. The 3-2 to Nunez, and Nunez swings and hits this one out to left, coming into the left fielder Ward, and he'll make the catch for out number 1, so Nunez is retired. Nunez on the game now is 0 for 1 with a walk he scored on. So now that'll bring up Keibert Ruiz, who has a home run in this game. And whenever Ruiz gets hot, he usually stays hot. That's the good thing about Ruiz. So now there's one out. To paraphrase on Moneyball, do I care how he gets on base? No, you don't. No, I do not. Ruiz swings and drives this one out to left field, going back as Ward, though, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Had to take a few steps back, but that's out number 2. Ruiz is set down. Love Moneyball, one of the best baseball movies. Do you care getting on base? No, I do not. That's a good movie as well, and I recently read the entire book, which was very interesting, too. Getting the book opinion on that. Very interesting book as well. So with 2 outs, it'll be Jorbit Vivas. Bassett winds. The pitch to Vivas, and Vivas takes a stinker in there called strike 1. Vivas hasn't started to come around offensively just yet, but no home runs just yet. 1 career bomb in his time playing in the MLB. This will be 0-1 count to Bassett, the old man, still in the league. Kind of a veteran by this point since 2014. The 0-1 to Vivas, and Vivas takes a curveball low, ball 1, so it'll even up the count at 1-1. Crazy that someone who started in 2014 can be considered a veteran now. Guys from 2019 are in their primes probably, who are rookies in 19. So you got guys like Soto who are just at that rookie class who are the stars now, the 1-1. That is outside ball 2. Even a guy like Rutschman, who made his debut in 2021, should be a star by now, but he never climbed to that role. Rutschman never found it, really. I mean, Henderson found it more than Rutschman did recently. Henderson's been the Orioles guy right now. And when Jackson Holiday comes back, they'll be lucky. The 2-1 to Vivas. Swinging a fly ball. Deep right field, but this one is foul and out of play on the right field side, and we'll do 2-2. Vivas got a good piece of that one, but it just a little too early. So the count is 2-2. Bassett comes set. He'll take his step back and then goes to the plate. A quick step back. Now the pitch to Vivas. Outside ball 3 with a curveball, and that makes the count 3-2. On the other hand, Bassett has issued 1 walk in the game, but he's given up 4 hits as well. 4 hits given up by both the pitchers, but one's given up 4 runs, and the other one's given up no runs. Nationals have been able to string their hits better than the Orioles have. Here comes the 3-2 from Bassett, the pitch. Vivas swings and hits this one shallow on the infield. Pete Alonso still on the grass. He makes the catch just a step on the grass for out number 3, and that ends the inning. So a 1-2-3 worked for Bassett after he gives up a run in the 3rd. We are officially through 4 innings of Nationals baseball. It is still the Nationals 4 over the Baltimore Orioles with 0, and we will head to the 5th. It'll be Taveras, Mayo, and Jackson for the Orioles come the 5th inning. A few goose eggs thrown on the board for the Orioles, though. Taveras, 1 for 1. He also had a stolen base after a single. He was able to steal second. Mayo, 1 for 1 with a single. He was out on the double play, though. He singled to left and then was out on the double play issued by Jeremiah Jackson, who hit a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. So a group that was set down, though. It could have been that Taveras almost scored if that double play didn't happen. So I wonder what Cavalli's strikeout count is going to be at the end of this game. I'll take 8. I think 8 would be a good count. I'd like him to surpass it, but I think 8's a good bet. If I were a betting man, I'd put money on 8 strikeouts for Cavalli. He has 5 right now in his 4th inning of work. He's only at 54 pitches, so he has a few more innings in him. I think 54 through 4 innings, you can, in today's era, that's pretty efficient. That's decently efficient. Taveras, though, is able to get to him, and same with Mayo. Will he be able to strike him out? He's probably a learn from experience type of pitcher, though, so he'll learn from his experience and maybe throw him a different pitch. Here we go. We'll get going with the top of the 5th here. It's going to be Taveras, Mayo, and Jackson for the 5th inning and Cavalli's 5th inning of work. Cavalli's done looking a little more like 2025 in spring training, Cavalli. Just a little bit. Maybe he took a month to just settle in. So it'll be Taveras. Cavalli into the line. First pitch to Laudy Taveras is high and up with the knuckle curve, and it's ball 1. Just a high and out. Just missed the zone there. Looks like it was touching looking at the replay. National TV can show the replay really quickly, which is interesting. I think seeing that's important, seeing if they had challenged it. Here's the 1-0. That's a knuckle curve that's in the zone, called strike 1. So Rayleigh will throw 2 knuckle curves to start in that bat. Wow. I think he did that earlier in the game. Cavalli back into the wind. Here is the 1-1 pitch. This one is hit down the left field line, but it's foul, and now to be a 1-2 count. So to be a 1-2 count now to start the top of the 5th. Getting out Taveras would be nice. Taveras, who's a demon on the base paths. He can steal, he can run. Could probably bunt him over, but Cavalli would like to retire him real quickly right here. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a line drive down left field line and foul. So same thing also, he's scrappy up to the plate, so he's going to work an at-bat. Make Cavalli work hard. Cavalli hasn't fallen behind in too many pitch counts. Once again, no walks issued in the game. No plain meatballs issued at all in today's game. Cavalli, now timeout called by the hitter Taveras. Taveras is turning it under my skin as a hitter. Just annoying. Fouls off pitches, calls time. Everything you don't want as a pitcher. Cavalli into the wind. Here's the 1-2. Swing! And a miss at a low and inside. Sweeper. Strikeout number 6 for Cade Cavalli. He grabs another one here in the 6th inning. The strikeout count continues to climb. He's up to 6 strikeouts now, and he gets Taveras on a low and inside sweeper. We've seen the knuckle curve as his put-away pitch, but there you get the sweeper low and in. And that works. Whatever works for you works, Cade. If you want to throw that, throw that. He'll go back to the line now, face Kobe Mayo, who's 1-for-1 in a righty-righty matchup. Swinging a fly ball, this one out to right center, coming over is Wood and Young. It's going to be Young to make the catch towards the right center gap for out number 2. So 1 pitch and an out there. Mayo swung at the first one and flew out. So there's 2 outs now here in the 5th inning, and I'll bring up Jeremiah Jackson. Orioles can't really find any offense right now. Similar box score last night. Got a few hits early on, spread out a few. They had 4 throughout the game, and then they had 2 in the 9th. So they had 6 total. Cavalli going to the wind. Here's the first pitch to Jackson. That's just inside ball 1 with a fastball at 99 miles an hour. Painted it, but they just didn't call it. So it'll be a 1-0 count with 2 outs. Cavalli will go back into the wind. Here comes the 1-0 to Jackson, and that is swung on, lined into right field. That's a base hit, fielded by the right fielder Wood. So Jeremiah Jackson has himself a 2-out knock to put a runner on base here in the 5th. So just goes to right with that one. Takes that one opposite field. Now that'll bring up Gunnar Henderson. So to be Gunnar, 2 outs with a runner on first for him. He is 0-for-2 with a fly out and a strikeout looking. Coming set is Cavalli. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson, and Henderson takes outside with a knuckle curve, and it's a 1-0 count. 1-0, 2 outs here in the 5th. Cavalli looking for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. He takes a look on the runner, Jackson, at first. Here's the 1-0 to Henderson, and Henderson takes outside with a changeup, and it's a 2-0 count. Just outside that time, just barely missed it. It's 2-0, 2 outs. Cavalli sets. Here comes the pitch to Henderson. Henderson swings and grounds this one right to the shortstop. Nunez on a few hops. Goes to first in time for the out. And Cade Cavalli's through 5. Scoreless here in D.C. 5 innings of good work from Cade Cavalli. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. No runs on 1 hit and a man left on base. Through 4.5, it's still the Nationals 0. Or excuse me, the Orioles 0, Nationals 4. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Good work by Cavalli so far. Only 5 hits given up. But he has 6 strikeouts to go with those. So he's doing pretty well out there. He's just cruising. He should get a 6th inning of work. He's only at, we'll check his pitch count real quick, but I know it's low compared to Little's last night. I believe that Cavalli's got maybe even 2 innings left in him. I'd like to see 2 innings out of Cavalli. If he gets taken out, I could understand it. Get him started slowly in the season. Looks like he's at 65 pitches. 47 of them are strikes. So he's been efficient so far with the pitch count. Now let's see if he can use that, though. He's got a 72% strike rate. So 72% good strike rate. And maybe keep him out for a couple innings. See how long he goes. He's the guy to stay with right now. And this is your opening day starter. Your best pitcher probably out there. Foster Griffin obviously didn't have the best outing. But doing well. Doug Noble, what is up? He says dominating start by Cavalli. Yes. 5 innings scoreless with 6 strikeouts. Seem to be working, Mr. Doug. Thanks for tuning in, Doug. Thanks for hanging out. But dominating start, you're completely right. Just going right there. He's given up 5 hits, but he scattered them too. He scattered 5 hits through 5 innings, and he has 6 strikeouts. And he hasn't walked a guy. Keep cruising for now. Maybe even get him a 6th or maybe even a 7th inning too. Get him a few innings of work. And then the bullpen doesn't have to do as much. It'll be Young, Wood, and Garcia Jr. for the Nationals here in the bottom of the 5th. Offensively. So if you're wondering here, the Nationals in 2019 averaged 5.39 runs. Bassett's first pitch is low with a curveball. It's 1-0. This season, they're scoring 5.3 runs per game. So they're right around where they were when they won a World Series. That would be nice. If they could do that again, if Butera and Taboni somehow did that in their first year, man, that'd be good hiring. And that one is lined into center field, slapped by Jacob Young in a center, and that's a base hit here in the bottom of the 5th. So Jacob Young just slaps that one right back up the middle and has himself a base hit to get the bottom of the 5th started, showing why he's a good 9-0 hitter. Just hits things right back to you. Send it right back to the pitcher and has himself a knock. It's now to be James Wood, who's 1 for 2, 105.8 off the bat for Young. Just a casual 106 mile-an-hour hit. Now to be James Wood, he's 1 for 2 with a double and a flyout. He had that double recently, just barely missed a homer. And the pitch to Wood, right in there, called strike 1 with a cutter, and it's 0-1. Slightly better pitching in 2019. That makes sense. You got to remember that. That is something to factor in, Mr. C. It'll be an 0-1 pitch here. The pitch to Wood is low and in with a curveball. Oh, it got him. That one got Wood on the foot, so a hit by pitch sends Wood down to first. Slightly better pitching. So Young moves up to second. Wood's on first. Slightly better pitching. Yeah, let's compare Cade Cavalli, Foster Griffin. Let's say our 3 best are Cade Cavalli, Foster Griffin, and let's throw Jake Irvin in there. Compared to Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, and 2019 Patrick Corbin, and the pitch to Garcia inside with a sinker, ball 1. Wow, just slightly better. Not too much better. Slightly better. Just a little bit better. And the bullpen, let's compare Gus Varland to Daniel Hudson. The pitch to Garcia, and he lines this one up to center field. That's a base hit in front of the center fielder. Young will stop at third. Taveras gets it in quickly, But now the bases are loaded with no one out. So Nationals threatening. They've got runners on all the bases. They're loaded, and that'll bring up Jose Tena. And Meatball is the fourth. Can't forget Meatball Michaelis. Compare Meatball Michaelis to Anibal Sanchez, or Sanchez, I believe he liked to call it. Meatball, your fourth, and Zach Little compared to Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, Anibal Sanchez, and Jeremy Hellickson. So now the pitching coach will come out and talk to Bassett for a little while. Just make sure he's okay. Pitching coach will talk to him for a minute. Make sure he's doing okay. And then bullpen, you got Daniel Hudson, Sean Doolittle. Time for Triple Tena to make an appearance. That'd be great. Dietrich Enns is in the bullpen for the Orioles. The lefty warming up, but bases loaded, and Triple Tena needs to make his appearance. Slightly better pitching. Tanner Rainey, Daniel Hudson, Sean Doolittle, Fernando Rodney. Bunch of good players. And then this year you got Brad Lord, Gus Varland, Riley Can of Cornelio. Can of Cornelio's in AAA Rochester, right where he belongs. 266 average for Tena, 2 home runs. But I'd like to see Triple Tena make an appearance. Here's the pitch to Tena. Tena swings and misses at a sinker. Took a big hack there. He was thinking 8-0, not Triple Tena. So that's 0-1. Tena had a triple earlier on this season. Had one here. Put it off the very top of the wall and managed to get a triple out of it. He's got fast runners on base with Garcia at first, Wood at second, Young at third. I'd like it to be reversed. Garcia has to run the lease, maybe then Young at second and Wood at first, but that's not how it is. The 0-1 and Tena lines this one down the left field line, but foul, and now it's 0-2. Garcia's going to have to hustle. Tena is going to be right behind him. So it's immediately 0-2 here, but there's only no outs in the inning. Last grand slam for the Nationals was Abrams, who's on deck. He had one against I believe it was the Twins, when they were winning by a lot of runs. The 0-2. Tena swings and misses at a cutter out of the zone. That's strikeout number 4 for Bassett. So another strikeout there by Bassett will bring up C.J. Abrams with 1 out, and the bases loaded. 78 pitches for Bassett now. Abrams had a granny on May 6th, I believe it was. 309 average, or 300 with 9 home runs, not a 309 average. 300 with 9 bombs. Bassett sets. The pitch to CJ. CJ takes a sinker up high, ball 1. Smash some free subs and hit the like button. Thank you, Charles, for that reminder. Be nice to get a barrel here from CJ. Don't even care where it goes. Just get a barrel right here. Just score a run. I know a barrel would get us a run or two. Here's the 1-0. And CJ fouls this one. Oh, and actually, this is fair. Right to the third baseman. They're going to call infield fly. Caught by the third baseman, Mayo. I swear, if we get nothing out of a bases loaded, no out situation. So I thought that one was foul, but Abrams just popped that one up to the third baseman for out number 2. So there's 2 outs now. Now it's Lyle with the bases loaded and 2 outs, who's just a hot hitter. The pitch to Lyle. Lyle takes a curveball inside, ball 1. I really am going to be very angry if we get no runs out of a bases loaded, no out situation. This is District Nation Network. MLB baseball action live streaming now on District Nation Network, Saturday afternoon edition. See a 1-0. Bassett sets. The 1-0 to Lyle. Lyle swings and grounds this one to the first baseman, Alonso. He throws over to Bassett over at first. And the Nationals just blew a bases loaded, no out situation. So a 3-1 ground out ends it. That's, oh my gosh, 2 hits, no runs, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. We're through 5 now. It's the Nationals 4, Orioles nothing. I get we're winning by 4. We should be happy, but we just had bases loaded, no outs, and went strikeout, infield fly, ground out. Annoying. Very annoying. So I think Cavalli should have 6 runs behind him by now, but he has 4. Without commitment, he'll never start. Without consistency, he'll never finish. Thank you, Charles, for those nice words of wisdom. So now we'll get Cavalli's 6th inning of work. It'll be Ward, Rushman, and Alonso. It'll be Ward to lead it off. He's 1 for 2, and then Rutschman 0 for 2. Ouch. Got a dip. Go Nats. Thank you, Mr. C, for the time you spent with me. Thanks for tuning in for the time you were here. Thanks for hanging out. And no spicy meatballs from Cavalli. I will see you later, Mr. C. And thank you for saying go Nats. We got to get a win here. Let's go. Subscriber number 236 just subscribed. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. 4-0 lead, but just blew bases loaded, no outs, to bases loaded, 3 outs. No one even moved. They didn't even turn a double play either. It was 3 separate outs. That is what also annoys me. They got 3 separate outs. So it'll be top of the 6th, and it'll be Ward who's 1 for 2 to lead it off. He had a single back in the first. Cavalli getting ready to go for a 6th inning of work. Got a lot of different Orioles and Nationals jerseys, and you got Cal Ripken uniforms. First pitch to Ward is high ball 1 with a sweeper, and it's a 1-0 count. So it's 1-0. 1-0, no outs. Top 6. Cavalli into the wind. Here's the pitch. Just low with a sweeper, and it's a 2-0 count. So 2-0, no outs. Cavalli steps back onto the rubber. 2-0, no outs here. Cavalli will go back into his wind. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Foul first base out, and we'll do 2-1 now. 2-1, no outs. Top 6. 268 average for Ward. A home run and 12 RBIs. Here is the 2-1. And his outside ball through the knuckle curve. That'll make it a 3-1 count. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. As we're through 5 innings. Cade Cavalli now has a 3-1 count. He's down to 69 pitches now. Wow. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Called! Strike 2 with a sinker, and he fills up the count there. Gets it to 3-2. Just barely fills up the count. That was risky going to 3 balls. I think that's one of the first times he's gotten to a count with 3 balls involved in it. So it'll be 3-2. Here's the pitch. Coming now. The pitch. High ball 4, but Ruiz is going to challenge this call. Already ditching his gear, though, so we'll see if it's called a ball or a strike. The pitch. It's a strike! Called! Strike 3. Keibert Ruiz succeeds on an ABS challenge on a 3-2 count, and he grabs a looking strikeout. Strikeout number 7 for Cade Cavalli. You gotta thank Keibert Ruiz for tapping his helmet that time. Breaking ball stayed up. Cavalli liked the call from Ruiz. He liked the ABS, pointed to him, gave him a fist pump. It's now to be Adley with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Adley, and this one is foul. Third base sider. It might be fair. Lau running over into foul ground. Sliding catch. Oh, and he made the catch. What a play by Dalen Lyle in foul territory for out number 2. He flew over there. He came running. Even Sean Doolittle's going to give him a tip of the cap. What a catch by Dalen Lyle, sliding into the fence, makes a spectacular catch. Flying into the corner, slid into the wall. Cade Cavalli celebrates once again and points to his man Dalen Lyle, and Sean Doolittle is going to give him a wave of the cap. So that's out number 2 now, as Cavalli will go into the wind. First pitch to Pete is inside, ball 1 with a sweeper, and it'll be a 1-0 count. What a play by Dalen Lyle. What a great play there. So that's out number 2. So it's a 1-0 count now. Cavalli steps back onto the rubber. He goes into the wind. Here's the 1-0 to Pete. This one is swung on and fouled back, and it'll be 1-1 now. Thanks to everyone who's already tuned in for today's game. We got afternoon baseball on District Nation, YouTube's home of Nats, Mavs, and Commanders. It's the Beltway Series here, and we're Nats fans, but you can hang out even if you're a fan of either team. The 1-1, swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 1-2. Or if you're just a baseball fan hanging out, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel. It is completely free to do both of those things for the channel. Should be a 1-2 count here. We're at 10 likes now, double digits. Let's go. Cavalli, the 1-2 to Pete. Swinging a line drive foul first base side, and we'll do 1-2 again. I think 7 innings out of Cavalli in this game would be great. Just absolutely great. 76 pitches for him now. So 1-2, 2 outs. Cavalli steps back onto the rubber. He'll go into his wind here. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Pitch to Alonso, swinging a fly ball. Right field, going over his wood into foul ground, but this one's going to get off the net, so we'll stay at 1-2. Alonso, a big power guy, still in this series only has 1 hit, and it was back in the first of this game. Otherwise, he's been retired since then. So in this at-bat, though, he's got a four-seamer, a sweeper, a sinker, a knuckle curve, and a changeup. So he's going to go back to something here that we haven't seen. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. That's actually foul right to Ruiz. He picked it out of the ground off the foul ball. So it'll be 1-2 again. 1-2, 2 outs. Cavalli at 78 pitches now. Do you let him go to the 7th if he has 80, hypothetically? I would let him go. I think that's a situation where you can let him go. In a 1-2 count, or excuse me, in an 80-pitch count, that'd be perfect. 80 pitches. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be shortstop. Abrams makes a sliding play. Goes to first. In time for the out. Pete Alonso trips over the bag. What a play by C.J. Abrams on a ball up the middle. So Cade Cavalli has to thank 3 people that inning. What a play by C.J. What a play by Lyle. And what an ABS challenge by Keibert Ruiz. All 3 times Cade Cavalli's got a fielder to thank that inning. Wow. So he gets a strikeout on a called strike 3 that Ruiz gets a perfect ABS challenge on. And then he gets a perfect sliding catch in a foul territory by Dalen Lyle, which was absolutely beautiful. Great on the eyes. Easy on the eyes to watch that play. That was smooth as he slid in to the wall and made that catch. And then Alonso grounds out, and Abrams makes a nice little play over there in the hole. Wed to the bottom of the 6th. It is still the Nationals 4, Orioles nothing. No runs, no hits. No runners left on base for the Orioles that inning in the 1-2-3. And another goose egg thrown on the board for the Orioles. So he's at 79 pitches. I'd say send him back out. Send him back out for an 8th inning. That'd be nice. Or excuse me, send him out for a 7th inning. Through 6 innings so far, the Nationals have a 4-0 lead. The Nationals looking pretty good. Offensively, you got the Abrams thing going, 2 for 3. You got Wood going a little bit well, 1 for 2. Lyle is going 0 for 3, though. Will Lyle find it offensively? It'd be nice for Lyle to find it just a little bit. Young had a single. They had the bases loaded, and they couldn't do anything with it. Let's see if they can follow up and get some runs here in the 7th. Find a way, or excuse me, the 6th. Find a way to get some runs. So we'll head bottom 6. Looks like James Wood Glazer was at the game yesterday. He's an Instagram account that just makes James Wood things. Love James Wood Glazer. And I think he's verified on Instagram, which is pretty interesting that an account like him is verified. Cade Cavalli gives 3 big thank yous during last inning. He's got 3 big thank yous to his friends on the field. Cade Cavalli gave out a few attaboys. So now to be Nunez to hit from the right side as the new pitchers in the game. It's going to be Enns for the Orioles. It's Enns. He was warming up back in the 5th inning, so he takes over after Bassett works 5. Here's the 1-0, and it's high, ball 2. 6 hits given up by Bassett. This is going to be Dietrich Enns on the mound. 9 games with a 1-0 record, no holds with a 1.54 ERA. 4 runs given up by Bassett, all 4 of them earned. Here's the pitch, and this one is lined to right. This one is going to be to the right fielder, O'Neill. He'll make the catch for out number 1. So I'll give that a line out to right. That was more of a line out. So that's out number 1, and that'll bring up Kabert, who's 1 for 2 with a bomb back in the second. Had a big home run to put 3 on the board for the Nationals. Back in the 4th, he flew out to left, but he had a big, happy home run there, 4th of the season. Starting to find it a little bit, settling in at home. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. It's ball 1 with a curveball, and it's a 1-0 count. That was low and in. So Enns gets immediately a first line out for Nunez, and now to be Ruiz on a 1-0 count. Enns looks significantly older, but he still has the body to throw hard. The 1-0. And Ruiz swings and lines this one down the left field line, but it's foul. Or this is fair. Yes, it's fair. Ruiz around first, headed to second, and that's a double for Kabert Ruiz here in the bottom of the 6th. Kabert Ruiz has a double down the line. I think Enns thought that was foul. I thought it was foul too. Ruiz pulls that one down the left field line. Did it bounce in fair territory? Or maybe it just, yep, it bounced fair. So that's a double for Kabert Ruiz. Enns didn't like the call, but now the Nationals are in business with another base runner. And it's Ruiz who has a 2-hit game once again. Ruiz has found his offense at home. Let's have Ruiz start every home game. And now we're going to get Joey Wiemer for a pinch hitter for Vivas. There's the pitch to Wiemer, and he takes high ball 1. So Vivas, the left-handed hitter, is going to be pinch hit 4. Wiemer subbed into the game. And it's good as the DH spot, so you can send anybody up. Butera loves subbing in righties when a lefty comes into the game. Here's the 1-0. Wiemer takes a changeup in there called strike 1. This will be a 1-1 count. Joey Wiemer had that hot start beginning of the season. Great start for him. Now he's back settling into a good pinch hit role and starts every so often. Here's the 1-1 to Wiemer. And Wiemer swings and misses at a fastball at 94. Took a big hack that time. He missed. So you got 2 guys on the bench also are righties, House and Meade. And you also got Millis, who's a pinch hitter. But I doubt we're going to see Millis with the offensive day Ruiz is having. Ruiz already has 2 hits. Starting to settle in a little bit. The 1-2 to Wiemer. And Wiemer swings and fouls this one off on an outside pitch. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Just got a piece of it to foul it back. So it'll be 1-2. Enns. Gets his sign. He comes set. Here comes the 1-2 to Wiemer. High ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Excuse me, had to step off camera there for a second. I had a cough, so it'll be a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch to Wiemer. And swinging a ground ball, this is going to be to the shortstop. He'll go to third with it, and Ruiz is out trying to get to third on the play. So Wiemer is going to get on base on a fielder's choice, and the choice is 6-5 for out number 2. I don't know why Ruiz was running on the play. That was a ground ball to the shortstop, and Ruiz was moving on the play. Henderson goes to the third base, and Mayo for out number 2. So that puts Wiemer on first. Now that'll bring up Jacob Young to hit. And he will stay. He's the only right-handed hitter in the order now. Looks like House is getting a helmet on, or at least hanging out in the dugout. Looking like he's going to go over to first. Back in safely is Wiemer. So that's the first disengagement by the pitcher Enns. So I'm wondering, will we see Cavalli for the 7th? No runs given up. Having a good pitch count. Here's the pitch to Young. Young takes inside, and it'll be a 1-0 count. That one was just inside. Got Young raising his arms a little bit from his stance. 217 average, 3 home runs. On the day, he's 1 for 2. Struck out in the second and then had a single in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Young takes a fastball high and out, and it's a 2-0 count. 2-0, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Wiemer stands on first, the righty who got on a fielder's choice. Here comes the 2-0 to Young. Inside ball 3, tried to paint a spot there, but he missed it, and it'll be a 3-0 count. This will be 3-0. So Young, I believe, will not have the green light. Why would Young swing on a 3-0 count on a lefty who's actually pretty decent so far? 3-0 to Ends. Right in there, called strike 1 from Ends to Young, so it'll be a 3-1 count. So 3-1, 2 outs. The runner on first is Weimer, taking a lead away from first, and a lefty who can stare at him, though, while he's there. The 3-1. Young swings and fouls a high fastball out of play, and it'll be 3-2. Young didn't like that he swung at it. Looks angry with himself, but he has to get stepped back up, so it'll be 3-2. On deck is Wood. Wood, 1 for 2 on the day. Got some gray clouds around the field, but mostly a pretty nice day from Nationals Park. Got good weather, a lot of fans out for this game. This will be 3-2, 2 outs. Weimer will be on the move, unless the lefty picks over. The 3-2 to Young. Swinging a chopper foul, third base side, and we'll do 3-2 again. This will be 3-2, 2 outs again, so we're going to get another play here. All fastballs so far in this at-bat. All 7 have been fastballs. Wow. You don't see that much anymore. Honestly, you don't see all fastball at-bats much anymore. Just throwing straight velo. You see a lot of strategy, but this arm's going to throw them all fastballs. The 3-2 to Young. Swinging a fly ball. Deep right center. Going back to the center fielder Taveras onto the track. He makes the catch a couple steps onto the track. That's out number 3, inning over. The Nationals can't get anything. They get 1 hit. They leave a man. We will now be done with 6 innings. We will head to the 7th. Still Nationals 4, Orioles nothing. Same situation kind of that the Nationals had last night, where they had a good lead headed into the 9th inning, and then the bullpen took over and they gave up 2. They had 3-0 going into the 9th, but now the Nationals, hopefully they can hold it this time. Cavalli probably going to work into the 7th. If he gets another scoreless one, that'd be great. Then you got 2 innings that the bullpen needs to work. Just 2. I highly think that we're going to see Pullen this game. Haven't seen Pullen in a little while. I like Pullen. Pullen's probably my favorite arm out of the pen. Not because he's the best, but he's just my favorite player right now, probably out of the bullpen. Liked Cole Henry when he was there. Remember when he was a big prospect? Joey Weimer is going to remain in the game as the designated hitter. Just got that notification. And Cavalli is probably going to head out there for a 7th inning. So you go to Pullen of all people. You could go to Rabalta even. Depending on who you see, I think we're going to see either Pullen or Rabalta, depending on what side the hitters will be from in the inning that they have to work. But for now, Cavalli's going to stay into the game into the 7th. I don't know the last time a starting pitcher for the Nationals worked into the 8th, though. I think it would have been Irvin in 2024 for the July 4th game. 8 innings worked by Irvin. That was a fun game to watch. The July 4th game. I sat down. I didn't watch it. I listened to the game. Listened to the entire one. Did not touch Masson at that point at all. Just listen to the entire game on radio. Do that with a lot of games where I just listen to the entire game. I like listening to baseball and talking about baseball. So, hence the channel. So, it'll be the 7th. It's going to be Basallo, O'Neill, and Taveras for the Nationals. Basallo over 2 strikeouts. No walks so far for Cavalli. And 7 strikeouts. Just cruising out there. This pitch from Cavalli to Basallo. Basallo swings and hits this one to right field, and that one is gone on the first pitch from Cade Cavalli in the inning. Samuel Basallo goes yard. 6 home run by Basallo. First run given up in the game by Cavalli, and it's from a solo home run by Basallo. It's the Nationals 4, the Orioles 1 now. Basallo knew it immediately, flipped his bat almost immediately. As soon as he hit it, knew it was gone. Wood didn't even bother really going after it. It's a 4-1 game. Basallo goes yard on the first pitch from Cade Cavalli here in the 7th inning. So it's a 4-1 game. Now to be Tyler O'Neill, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Cavalli now works against O'Neill. At 80 pitches now for Cavalli. First pitch to O'Neill is in there. Called strike one. That one was way outside, but the Nationals are going to get the call. Thought that one was outside. Looks like it was outside. Nope. They're going to call it a strike, and it's an 0-1 count. Cavalli will go back into the wind. Here's the 0-1 to O'Neill. Swinging a fly ball. Foul. First base side. Now it's 0-2. Cavalli immediately working into it. It's 0-2. The bullpen was quiet, though, when you looked over there. Bullpen looks quiet. 82 pitches for Cavalli now. Here's the 0-2 to O'Neill. Just high with a sweeper, and it's 1-2. Maybe been a little outside, too, but it'll be a 1-2 count. Now the bullpen, someone's up. It's Brad Lord up in the pen for the Nationals. You could get 2 innings out of Brad Lord, too, not just 1. So if Cavalli can get out of this inning, maybe just Lord finishes it. The 1-2. Swinging a line drive, left field, going back is Wood. Or that's Lyle, and that one is gone. 2 home runs in a row for the Orioles. They go back-to-back. First it's Basallo, then it's O'Neill. 110.9 off the bat, and Cavalli gives up 2 in a row, 2 home runs, and now it's 4-2. So that's not good for 7th inning of work. Now I got to say, get warmed up quickly, Brad Lord. Cavalli gives up 2 home runs in a row, and it's a 4-2 game. I'd think Simon Matthews would come out now, but now he's going to face Taveras. First pitch from Cavalli is outside, ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count. Doug Noble says time to go to the bullpen. Yep, that is exactly my thought. That's what I just said. Brad Lord, warm up quickly. The 1-0. Swing on a ground ball. This is made the play by Nunez, but it's off his glove in a right field. That'll be a base hit for Taveras. So 3 hits in a row for this Orioles squad. 2 of them home runs and now a single. So now we're going to get a mound visit here. That's a single by Taveras. In the right field, off the glove of Nunez in the right field. He was trying to chase after. We're going to get a mound visit here from Simon Matthews. So you got to give time to Lord to warm up now. So I think that's what this mound visit is for. Give him time to get going. So 3 hits in a row, and the tying run is now up to the plate in the form of Obi Mayo, who's 1 for 2 on the day. .86 pitches for Cavalli now. He's given up 3 consecutive hits. And Pullen is now in the bullpen. No more Lord. Now it's P.J. Pullen. I completely get this now. We're going to see lefties now. We're going to see Henderson. You're going to see Rutschman. Well, he's a switch hitter, but still, I'd like to see Pullen in this situation. It's powerful indeed. Thank you, Charles. Cavalli sets. First pitch to Mayo. It's in there. Called strike 1 with a knuckle curve, and it's 0-1. Mayo, 1 for 2 on the day. He grounded into a double play and he singled in the second and then flew out to the center fielder in the 5th. Cavalli will go back over to first, back in safely as the first runner, Taveras. So it's a 4-2 game now. Can the Nationals, if they're going to go to the pen, I'd like to see Nationals give some run support to their guy Cavalli. They got the top of the order coming up. Give some support to Cavalli. Help him help himself out. Help me help you type of situation. Called strike 2 with a breaking ball. That's a sweeper, and it's 0-2. It's 87 with the breaking ball. That sweeper just swept right into the zone. And time called here, umpire. As Cavalli threw the pitch, time was called by Mayo. Immediately called. Now he takes a step out. That's annoying. Cavalli had a good breaking ball there. Time was called, though. I think you can challenge that, though. He called time right there. A good pitch was coming. I didn't know you could do that. So now to be 0-2. That was a good breaking ball, too, and I think Cavalli knew it. That was a good pitch. So it'll be an 0-2 here. Got to replicate it. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, first base side, foul, and we'll do 0-2 again. Anything here would be nice. Just getting out. Get us to the take me out to the ball game section. Help us get there quickly. 0-2 here. 0-2, no outs. Cavalli sets into his 7th inning of work. Here comes the 0-2, the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul first base side, and we'll do 0-2 again. So 0-2 with no outs here in the 7th. No outs, top 7. Cavalli sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone. And it is fair? Do they call it fair? It is fair and gone. This game is... Yes, it's foul. Now we're going to group up and talk about this. The umpires. I don't know what the original ruling was. What are we going to call it? Looks like, yep, that is foul. That is foul. It is to the left of the... There, it's foul. Do they challenge it? This is foul. That was clearly foul looking at the replay. Albernaz challenges it. It looks foul. That was foul. They're looking at the review, but that was foul. We just saw the review. I think it's foul. Just looking at it from most angles, the back angle was the best. It looked foul. It was to the left. Looking at it here, yes, it's to the left of the foul pole. It is a foul ball. Ruiz is watching intently. Same with Mayo. But if it's fair, this game is tied. That would not be good. Let's keep it foul. And I think this call is going to end up being confirmed or stands. Yep, they confirmed it. It's a foul ball. Okay, so we'll do 0-2 again. Risky there. Just barely missed a tie game. Cavalli's got a smile on his face now. He's back to an 0-2 count in a 4-2 game instead of a new batter in a tie game. So that was very risky. So now they're third time through the order. This is where the OPS jumps. This is where everyone starts to see the ball differently. You've seen him twice. You can time him up. Cavalli sets. Here is the 0-2. Just low ball one with a fastball, and it's 1-2. I think Cavalli's going to end up going 6 1/3 here. I think this should be his last batter. He's now into the 90s with the pitch count. Unless Butera wants him to battle a little bit. Get the pitch count high. He's at 92 now. This will be his 93rd pitch right here. Here comes the 1-2. Low and out with a sweeper, and that evens up the count at 2-2. 2-2, no outs. Top of the 7th. Cavalli sets. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a sweeper low and out. Cade Cavalli puts him away for out number 1. Strikeout number 8 for Cavalli. And that is setting down Mayo, who's now 1 for 3 on the day. Good work there by Cavalli. Strikeout number 8 for the man. Now Butera is going to come out, and this is the end of the day for Cade Cavalli. Butera is going to come and give him a fist bump, give him a handshake. He had a good game. Gives him a handshake, gives him a pat on the back. This is the end of the day for Cade Cavalli, and it's going to be P.J. Pullen. So Pullen is going to come out of the bullpen here after 6 1/3 great innings worked by Cavalli. 2 runs given up, but he had 8 hits, actually. 8 hits. He had 5 throughout the game, first 5 innings, and then 3 here, so that's 8 hits. We don't know his run total just yet, but no walks and 8 strikeouts. Good outing by him. I'd say that was a good outing. If it ends up being 2 runs, it's okay. And here we go. Coming out of the bullpen is going to be P.J. Pullen. He goes out to kickstart my heart at the ballpark, so I'm assuming the ballpark is pretty hyped up right now. Everyone loves Kickstart My Heart, a good song to get your heart kick-started. You know, kickstart your heart, and then I changed it, you know. Anyway, let's see if P.J. Pullen can P.J. punch him out here. So here we go. Top 7 here, 1 out, runner on first. How to do it? Gotta get the hat out for this. Charge! The hat too. Here we go. Top 7, 1 out. Taveras at first. Mayo just struck out, so there's 1 out. 2 home runs hit by Basallo and O'Neill. Made it 4-2. Now the Nationals really could use a couple outs here from P.J. Pullen. He's going to face Jeremiah Jackson and Gunnar Henderson. Going to be the 2 fellas that he gets to face. Excuse me there, just had to step off screen there. Went back to the wrong screen. So here we go. Top of the 7th. 1 out, and P.J. Pullen, the lefty, takes over with an odd arm slot compared to Cavalli, who's over the top. P.J. Pullen's going to be a little bit from the side. So let's do it, Pullen. Cavalli had a good outing, but now it's going to be Kickstart My Heart with P.J. Pullen. 21 games, a 3-0 record, 3 holds with a 3.15 ERA, 17.2 strike percent, and 13.8 walk percent. The pitch from Pullen to the righty Jackson, and that is low ball, 1 with a sweeper, and it's a 1-0 count. Pullen not going to throw too hard, but he's going to come at you with variety with the pitches. 244 average with 6 home runs, 25 runs batted in for Jackson. Pullen sets. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, fouled. Back and out of play, and it'll be 1-1 now. Pullen, a reliable arm right now. He's got a sweeper, a 4-seamer, a changeup, and a sinker. 4 pitches. Once again, variety is the thing with Pullen. He got to pitch on the game I went to. It was interesting watching Pullen pitch. Once again, weird arm slot. That's the thing. The arm slot changes when you go over the top to a guy from the side. It affects the hitter. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's outside, ball 2 with a sinker, and that makes the count 2-1. Pullen steps back onto the rubber. The City Connect Nats trying to get out of this 7th inning with their blueprint uniforms, the good luck blueprints. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming from Pullen. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Deep center on a high pitch. Young going back to the track. And Young makes the catch, jumping up against the wall. Jacob Young with a spectacular catch for out number 2. Had to scale the wall and make an amazing catch. This defense continues to have a great day. What a play by Jacob Young. Had to scale the wall and make the catch up against the wall. That was a hung breaking ball that, man, Jackson got all of it, and Jacob Young got all the fence too. Cavalli's hyped up on the bench, swinging a towel, celebrating out number 2. What a play by Jacob Young, who shows no emotion either. No smile or anything. So now there's out number 2, and there's a dent in the fence now from where he got up there. Wow. Good job, Jacob Young, for putting a dent in the fence. Now Pullen will face Gunnar Henderson with 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch from P.J. Pullen. He'll go over to first, back in safely, is Taveras. Wow, what a play by Jacob Young. So 2 outs here. Pullen swinging his arms as he comes set. Here's the pitch to Henderson. Called strike 1 with a sweeper, and it's an 0-1. Swept that one right into the zone, and it's 0-1. Wow, good pitch there. Henderson, 199 average, 9 home runs. He's 0 for 3 today with a foul, to strike out, and a ground out. He's almost this close to the Marcell Ozuna cycle. The 0-1 coming. Here's the pitch. Low ball, 1 with a sweeper, and it's a 1-1 count. So 1-1, 2 outs. Got a kid in his Little League uniform up front. That's cool. Always love seeing kids in the Little League uniforms. The future of the league is at the Little League level. I mean, Robert Hassel III played in the Little League World Series, so it's probably down there somewhere. The 1-1 is outside, ball 2 with a 4-seamer. It's a 2-1 count. Robert Hassel III played against Monet Davis, so Monet carved her up. Maybe we can get Monet to come pitch for us then. If you can carve up Hassel, chances are you can carve up 3/4 of the league. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ruiz set up inside. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, third base side, and foul, and now it's 2-2. So 2-2, 2 outs. Pulling. Could use a good pitch here. Something in the zone would be great right here. 2-2, 2 outs. Pulling. Gets his signs. He comes set. Ready to go here. Top 7. Here comes the pitch. Here we go. Swinging a ground ball, foul, first base side, and we'll do 2-2 again. Tavares is on the move there. 2-2, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, Tavares leads away from first. Pullen has come set once again. He waits. Now he goes to the plate. Just low ball 3 with a sweeper, and that makes the count 3-2. Wow, 3-2, 2 outs. On deck is going to be Ward. Ward's 1 for 3. I would rather face Henderson here, who's 0 for 3 and can't really get going yet, than Ward, who's been pretty consistent, but he also has 2 strikeouts. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Pulling to the plate. Low and out, ball 4. Henderson with a huge throw of the bat over. He threw that like he just hit a home run, but instead he just got on base with a walk. So Butera's going to head over to the phone now, I believe, and you got Rebalta up in the pen. Orlando currently warming up. Can't use a mound visit here. Going to have to take him out because it's only 1 per inning. Oh, you do have one. Simon's going to come out. Simon Matthews going to come out and visit his guy, Pullen. But can you do that? He visited him He visited him this inning. Can he visit him again? I don't know the rule on this, but I believe he can. So who's he going to take out? I wonder. If he has to take someone out, just take out a fielder by that point. Just put in Vivas or something. It'll be Taylor Ward, 266 average, with a home run and 12 RBIs. Two outs, runners on first and second, a man in scoring position now. Nationals Park, an electric environment yesterday. Let's see if they can get that environment today. Today with runners in scoring position, the Orioles are 1 for 3 and the Nationals are 3 for 11. So they've had more chances, but they haven't really taken them. First pitch to Ward is low ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count. So 1-0, 2 outs. Pullen swings his arm, waiting for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Low ball 2 with a sinker, and it's a 2-0 count. So it's 2-0, 2 outs. 2-0, 2 outs, top 7. Pulling now at 13 pitches. Some gray clouds still forming over the field, but I don't think there's any chance of rain for the rest of this weekend or even during the week this week in D.C. Here's the 2-0. Change up called, strike 1. It's a 2-1 count. Right in there. So now the Nationals able to sneak one in there, painting the bottom part of the zone. Pulling. Come set. Here comes the 2-1 delivery, the pitch. Swing a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Wood getting around it. That's Lyle just going to fire it into second, and it's a 4-3 game. So all 3 runs are now earned to Cavalli. He has 3 earned runs as Tavares scores on the play. So that's an RBI single for Ward to left field. It's a 4-3 game. Orioles have 3 on the board. Say the Nationals bullpen does want to give us a heart attack today. 3 earned runs to Cavalli in the game. Now the rest of the runners are Pullens. Tavares scores. Henderson now at second. Ward at first. Pullens coming set. Clock down to 3 now. He's got to go to the plate. 1, he's got to go. Yep, he gets it in time. The first pitch is outside, ball 1 to Rutschman. This is only the 7th inning, too, and I'm getting stressed. A long inning here in a 4-3 game. Be nice if Wood or Garcia could apply some runs in the bottom of the 7th. That'd be very nice. Cavalli helping out the team, though, cheering them on. Pulling sets. Here comes the 1-0. Right in there, called strike 1 with a sinker, and it's a 1-1 count. So 1-1 with 2 outs in the inning. Pulling. Come set. The 1-1 delivery. Swinging a foul back, and we'll do 1-2 now. 1-2, 2 outs. Poland wears number 50 off the mound. If you remember, that was James Wood's number when he first debuted with the Nats. He was number 50. He wore number 29 later in the season. He was able to switch over because he realized it was available. He wore number 50. Everyone wears the high number when they debut, and then they get a number they want. So you 1-2 count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a little looper right to C.J. Abrams in time. He catches it, and that is out number 3, inning over. The Nationals have to face with 8 batters up to the plate that the Orioles send. They give up 3 runs, all 3 earned to Cade Cavalli, and that'll end the inning. Wow, 3 runs now. The Nationals have to deal with 3 runs on the board on 4 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 7th. That was 3 runs on the board. So it's a 4-3 game now. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Oh, here's a good fact from Mr. Doug Noble. 8762. Cavalli can win it. He cannot lose it. That is a good point. Mr. Doug, thank you for pointing that out, actually. He cannot lose this game. He can only get the win. Can't lose it. That is a good point to factor in. He's not going to lose this game now. It's going to be either a no decision for him or a win. Let's hope he gets a win on the board. 1-2 record. Let's get him back to 500. And the Nats are flirting with 500 too. They're 1 game out. If they win this, they are 500. It'll be bottom 7. So we're stretching right now. Take me out to the ball game playing in Nationals Park. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game. So now let's have some stretch time. Let's go ahead and look at some scores around the league. We can look at some of the scores around Major League Baseball. Just to look at some, we got the Rockies and the D-backs going 4-2 lead for the Rockies. The Phillies beating the Pirates 5-0. How long did Sanchez go? I have Sanchez in fantasy. Might as well check on that while I have the chance. Looks like Sanchez has 7 innings, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts. Let's go. And then Marlins and the Rays all knotted up at 1. Reds and Guardians just underway at 0-0. And then the rest of the games to start, Rangers, Astros, Cubs. We went through the times already. Cubs, White Sox, Brewers, Twins, Padres, Mariners, Braves, Red Sox, Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Angels, and Giants, Athletics. Some finished games. The Blue Jays beat the Tigers 2-1, and the Cardinals beat the Royals 4-2. Just a few finished games there. And we will head to bottom 7 now after the 7th inning stretch. We're ready for the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher out there no longer ends. It's going to be a new guy. That is low ball 1. It's Aiken now into the game. That's Keegan Aiken. In for the 7th inning. 1 inning worked by ends. 1 hit given up. The pitch to Wood. Swing and a miss at a slider, and it's 1-1. Mostly zeros in the categories, though, for ends. No runs, no errors, no walks. Or no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. The 1-1. Wood takes upstairs the fastball. It's a 2-1 count. That was also high now. Curtis Mead now on deck. Will pinch hit for Luis Garcia Jr. to send up a righty against Aiken. Nice to get Mead a pinch hit opportunity. Here's a pitch to Wood, and it's low with a slider, ball 3. So it's a 3-1 count. Coming set is Aiken. Here's the pitch to Wood. Wood takes low, ball 4, and James Wood draws a walk to get this inning going. And a pinch hit for Luis Garcia Jr. It's going to be Curtis Mead to pinch hit. He'll hit in the Garcia Jr. spot in the 2-hole. So I'm assuming he's just going to take over first base, but it'll be Mead. So you got 2 guys left on the bench. It's Millis and House left on base. I'm assuming House is on deck right now to send up a righty against Aiken. So you can get him up now. So here's the pitch to Curtis Mead. And Mead swings and pops this one up into foul ground. Adley under it, and the third baseman's going to be Adley to make the catch in foul territory for out number 1. So Adley had to tear the helmet off and made the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Wood trapped at first then. It'll be Brady House to pinch hit for Jose Tena. Guessed it there. So now the only one left is Drew Millis, the switch hitter, on the bench. So the bench is basically unloaded because the only guy left is Millis. Brady House, the righty, will step up. House subbing in for Tena. So you can leave both those guys in the field. You're able to leave in Weimer as well. So now there's 5 righties in the order, 4 real righties, and then 6 who can hit from the right side. So you've completely flipped the order, and House swings and lines this one down the left field line. It's fair. Wood around second, headed for third, and it's still rolling. Wood around third. He's going to try to score. The throw is into third base, and James Wood scores from first on the Brady House double. Brady House drives in one off the bench. He sent that one towards the corner, and that's an RBI double for Brady House here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He scores James Wood from first. It's now the Nationals 5 and the Orioles 3. Brady House, just a couple days early on that pitch, sends it down the line and has himself an RBI double. Good deal there. So now it'll be CJ, and that's called strike 1 right in there with a slider. N-A-T-S. Nats. Woo! So it's an 0-1 count to Abrams now with House over at second. Here's the pitch to Abrams, and Abrams swings and drives this one down the right field line, but it's foul, and it'll be 0-2. It's a little early on that, so it'll be an 0-2 count. 298 average, 9 home runs, 37 RBIs with a 9.32 OPS. Aiken facing Abrams, a fellow lefty. Here comes the pitch to Abrams, and Abrams swings and lines this one to left field. That's a base hit. Left fielder Ward up with it. House will stop at third, but C.J. Abrams has a base knock here in the bottom of the 7th, and now there's runners on the corners with 1 out. C.J. Abrams goes to the opposite field, and he has his 3rd hit of the game. He's 3 for 4. C.J. Abrams going to the opposite field, just lining that one into left center, kind of, and just has himself a base hit. Why not, C.J. Abrams, grab yourself another hit? That one was hit towards the left center. Ward was up with it quickly, though. So now it'll be Dalen Lyle with 2 runners on base and a chance to drive in some more runs. 1 out, and Abrams, I'm assuming Abrams may be on the move. Get him to second, put 2 runners in a scoring position for Lyle. Aiken sets. First pitch to Dalen. Dalen swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-1. Lyle hitting .270, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. Let's bring him in, says Doug. Yep, bring in the runs, bring in Abrams. Let's go. Here's the pitch, and going to go back over to check on Abrams, a throw over, back in safely without a dive. CJ. So he must know he has room, though. Let's drive in some runs here, Doug. Let's get some runs. So be 0-1 count to Lyle. Here comes the pitch. Lyle swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-2. So it's immediately 0-2 on Lyle. But Nationals hitters are good at hitting with 0-2. They're very comfortable in that spot. They don't get nervous. Their approach really doesn't change much. This means 0-2 count. Aiken sets. The pitch to Lyle. Lyle takes a slider down low. They'll peel on a swing. No, says third base umpire John Tompane. So it'll be a 1-2 count. So 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Lyle, and he swings and fouls this one. Third base line on the ground, and we'll do 1-2 again. Lyle having a battle here in the bottom of the 7th. This would be 1-2, 1 out. Aiken comes set at the belt. He will face Lyle, a fellow lefty. Once again, the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and grounds this one. Second baseman going home with it. Safe is Brady House. That was hit to the shortstop, Henderson. He went home with it, and in safely is Brady House. I want to see the play here. Did he drop it or something? So it looked like he may have been safe. Lyle hits a ground ball to short. So it's a kind of soft ground to short. Henderson charges in. House is hustling. The throw, and looks like He just got in there safely. Yep, I think he's safe. And they don't have a challenge here, so they can't challenge it. The Orioles lost their challenge earlier in the game, and it is 6-3 Nationals. Brady House is safe on the play. What a play there. Brady House able to dive in a home and be safe. I don't think they can challenge this, though. We're watching it from a bunch of angles. I don't think they're allowed to challenge. Oof, this is close. I think they are challenging this, though. Want to see what they call here. So they're going to say it was under review. So they're going to... I don't think this is challenged. I think this is just under review. They're watching it. So I'm probably going to turn on the sound to hear it. I don't want to hear the broadcast. I just want to hear the umpire's decision on this. Why Lyle's on first here and if we get the run. So are they going to give him a single, though? So they're going to give him a fielder's choice anyway. I didn't know you had 2 challenges. I didn't realize you did have that. So the call is going to stand, everybody. The call is going to stand. He is safe. Let's go. Brady House scores on the play. The call stands. And it's 6-3 Nationals. So I'm wondering, do you get credit for an RBI on a fielder's choice? And you do. So you get credit for an RBI. So Lyle doesn't have a hit this game, but he has an RBI on that fielder's choice. So here we go. Now it'll be Nunez with runners on first and second with 1 out. The pitch is inside, ball 1 with a fastball at 93, and it's a 1-0 count. So Nationals given run support, setting it up well for the bullpen. See 1-0. Aiken comes set. Here comes the 1-0 to Nunez, and Nunez takes inside with another fastball. It's a 2-0 count. 2-0, 1 out here. Runner at first is Lyle. Runner at second is Abrams, who had the single. And House scores after his double. Here comes the 2-0 to Nunez, and Nunez takes inside ball 3 with another fastball. So that makes it a 3-0 count on 3 pitches inside, 3 fastballs inside, and it's going to be a 3-0 count. This will be a 3-0 here. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Right in there, called strike 1 with a fastball. It's a 3-1 count. So Andrew Kittredge is now warming up. Kittredge is now warming up for the Orioles. Here's the 3-1 to Nunez. Outside, ball 4, and Nunez draws a walk here in the 7th. So now the Nationals looking good here. They got bases loaded, and now the pitching coach will come out to talk to Aiken, the reliever for the Orioles. And by this point, just tell him to relax. I mean, fielder's choice and a walk. Is Miguel Cairo their bench coach? Oh, that's interesting. Miguel Cairo has a job again. But now the base is loaded for Keibert Ruiz, who has 2 hits on the day. Let's have Keibert Ruiz get hot. He's from the right side. He had a double from the right side as well. Let's go Ruiz. Let's go Keibert Ruiz. 224 average, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. He had a 3-run home run, and he has a double, so he has 3 RBIs on the day. Umpire will come and break this mound visit up by the pitching coach, but now Aiken working with the bases loaded. Let's see if the Nationals can bust this game open. (6-3). Bottom 7, 1 out. Aiken sets. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and fouls this one first base side, and it's 0-1. Just got a good piece of it, but it'll be 0-1. Keibert Ruiz has the opportunity to bust this open. That would be amazing for the Nationals here. Help out the bullpen tremendously. Aiken waiting as Ruiz steps back up to the plate. He has an open stance. Coming set to Aiken. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and drives this one to left field. That's a base hit in front of the left fielder Ward. Abrams scores. And coming in to score is Lyle, and it's a 2-run single for Keibert Ruiz. Stopping at second is Nunez, but the Nationals have busted this one wide open. Keibert Ruiz delivers with his third hit of the game, a 2 RBI single to left. Abrams scores from third, and Lyle scores from second. It's now the Nationals 8 and the Orioles 3. Here we go again. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! Aiken is yanked out of this game, and the Nationals have busted this one open. Kittredge will come into the game for the Orioles here in the 7th. What a game now. 1 out gotten by Kittredge. 1 out only. He gave up 3 hits. So he only got 1 out, though. Almost had that other out with the out at home. But a third of an inning worked. He gave up so far 3 hits, but that's already calculated. We don't know his run total just yet. He walked a man, no strikeouts. And Kittredge will come into the game now. We'll see what he can do to hold down this good Nationals offense. The Nationals offense has found some rhythm, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing well now, the Nationals offense. Let them do their thing here. Nationals offense going to work. Well, let's go Nats. We got 2 of our NATS Nats chants now. Nationals going to work. This offense, they needed runs. They were in a close game 4-3, and they just doubled their run total here in the 7th inning. Wow. Go Nats, and it's 8-3. It's going to be Weimer to hit with runners on first and second. Nunez the runner at second. Ruiz the runner at first. Keibert Ruiz, 5 RBIs on the day. An RBI machine. He is tearing it up when he's at home. He tears it up at home, and that's basically it. It'll be Kittredge to take over for the Orioles now. Andrew Kittredge, 8 games, an 0-1 record, 1 hold with a 10.80 ERA. So this is the time to score some more runs is on Kittredge. This is your time to score runs, Nationals, and you got runners at first and second, and Joey Weimer to hit. Ruiz with a good lead over at first, no one holding him on. Weimer standing in from the right side. It'll be a righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch to Weimer. First pitch is low ball 1, a double steal, and Ruiz just stole a bag. Keibert Ruiz with a stolen base on the double steal had a huge lead. No one was holding him on, and Keibert Ruiz just swiped a bag. Keibert Ruiz with a stolen base. That is awesome. Keibert Ruiz just stole a bag. A catcher on the double steal. They execute it. Now there's runners on second and third for Joey Weimer. Here's the 1-0 from Kittredge to Weimer, and that is called. Strike 1 with a sinker, and it's an 0-1 count. Hit the like button and sub to District Nation Network. Thank you, Charles. Can't change the direction of a wind, but I can always adjust my sail and reach my desired destination. Let's go. Good quote there. So it'll be a 1-1 here to Weimer, the pitch. Swinging a check swing fouled on the first base line. Chance for the Nationals to get into double digits here in the 7th. Get more runs on the board. They really want to be at 500 here. At least the hitters want to be. They're scoring runs. Here's the 1-2 to Weimer. He fouls this one down the right field line. This is foul. As soon as I saw it, I thought it was foul. And we'll do 1-2 again. Weimer shakes his head at it, just shrugs to the dugout. On deck now is Young, the center fielder. 3 RBIs, or 3 hits, 5 RBIs for Ruiz. What a game for him. So it'll be 1-2, 1 out. Kittredge sets. Here comes the 1-2 to Weimer. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the third baseman. He comes home with it, and he's out trying to score. So Nasim Nunez is out trying to score that time. Can't get it. It's going to be a 5-2. No challenge. Third baseman to home, 5-2, and it's a fielder's choice. Weimer gets on base, and I believe he advanced up to third. Curly W Express says, man, we looking good. What is up? Curly W, thanks for hanging out with me. You are a big Nats fan, I know by the name, but thanks for tuning in. So Ruiz did not go to third, but now it'll be Jacob Young with runners on first and second with 2 outs. We are about to bat around here. If Young can get on base, the Nationals bat it around. Here's the pitch, and Young swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-1. Nationals, they saw that this was going to be a close game, and they said no. It's all good. Yep. Here's the pitch to Young. Swinging a chopper by Young, and it's 0-2. This will be 0-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Kittredge steps back onto the rubber. It's a righty-righty matchup. Butera's not like the righty-righty matchup, so the 0-2 to Young. Called! Strike 3. Young's going to challenge it, though. That was low and out. I think they're going to have to. Overturn this. That was one low and out. And the pitch was low and out, so it's a ball, so it'll be a 1-2 count. They succeed on the Nationals challenge. Our bullpen just has to close it out. Yep, the bullpen's going to have to close it out. They're going to need some good hitting. They've got good hitting. Now they're going to need someone to come into the 8th and come into the 9th. I think you could probably get Lord back up and maybe... I don't think this is a Varland situation, though. The pitch to Young. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left field. Way back, and that one is gone! Watch it fly. Jacob Young. 3-run home run. It's 11-3 Nationals. Jacob Young goes yard here in the bottom of the 7th inning and adds 3 more. The Nationals apply even more runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Jacob Young, early as day on that pitch, and sends it out of here. 3 RBI home run, and it's 11-3. Weimer and Ruiz score on the bomb, and now we get to do our chant. Here's the pitch to Wood. Wood takes a strike, but he's going to challenge it while we watch this first part of the challenge. We'll start our NATS. N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo! And the pitch is a ball, so Wood succeeds the challenge, but Jacob Young with a 3-run bomb. A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo! N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo! So now in the inning, they have scored. And that pitch is in there. Called strike 1 after the ABS is overturned to a 1-1. Jacob, yep. Ruiz and Jacob Young have been the RBI machines here. Ruiz drives in some, and Jacob Young has a bomb. Pitch to Wood, and Wood hits it out to left center, and Wood is going to fly out to the left fielder for out number 3. James Wood has not been able to do anything today. No hits. Just walking a hit by pitch. Not doing well here in this game, but he's going to fly out to end the inning. But Jacob Young goes yard here in the bottom of the 7th inning, makes it an 11-3 game. Wow. Well, now that ends it. Had to make a whole new page just for a fly out. But that was a big inning for the Nationals. They put up 7 runs in the inning. 7 runs, all of them earned on, let's count the hits here. On 4 hits, they were getting a lot of fielder's choices and walks, but 4 hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Wow. That is one way to make sure the bullpen won't blow it. Have a Jacob Young 3-run bomb. We have the right to call ourselves a playoff contender if we win today. That'd be a good case. If we demolish them the way, if we keep this up and we just absolutely demolish them, yeah, I'm completely fine. I've called us miracle contenders for a little while now. For a couple of weeks, I've said, man, there's a chance. There's the smallest chance we do it. Looks like Toronto won in extra innings in the page just right next to me. So we got the 8th inning now. It's going to be Alonso, Basallo, and O'Neill for whatever pitcher is going to have to face them. But wow, the Nationals put up 7. And now the Orioles are going to have to answer to that. And they do it in the 7th inning, 11-3 now. I remember when this was a close game and I was worried. The Nationals just patted me on the back and said, "Do not worry, friend." 5 RBIs from just Ruiz and Young alone. Young with a 3-run bomb. He has a multi-hit game. Single and a homer, so he's a double, triple away from the cycle. Just saying. Maybe have another cycle watch. They bat around, too. So I'm assuming Pullen is not coming into the game again. I don't think Pullen would come in again. It is going to be Orlando Revolta. He's wearing his military socks. First pitch to Alonso is low ball 1. He'll come in for the 8th. Orlando, 7 games, no record with a hold. You need to let him finish this. Former starter. 0.2 innings worked by Pullen. Here's the pitch from Revolta to Alonso, the 1-0. Inside, ball 2, it's a 2-0 count. Just got to reload ESPN right here. Sario's behind. Just got to reload that. So it'll be a 2-0 count here. Here's the pitch to Alonso, and he swings and cracks this one out to deep right center field. Going back is Wood. It's going to drop in the gap. Wood and Young chasing after it. Young's going to be the one to fire it in, but Pete Alonso has a double here to start the 8th inning. So Pete Alonso has a 2nd hit of the series. It is to right center field with a double. So House over at 3rd now. Meade over at 1st. Those are the substitutions made earlier. Meade and House drove in a run, so good job, House. It's now to be Basallo who has a home run in the game. Revolta sets. First pitch to Basallo. Swinging a line drive down the right field line, but foul, and it'll be 0-1. He's got to fill in the scorebook here. Only 1 hit given up by Pullen. No runs given up by him. A walk and no strikeouts in his limited time. Revolta sets. Here's the 0-1 to Basallo. Low ball 1 with a changeup, and it's a 1-1 count. Let's hope the bullpen can hold an 11-3 lead. That's just the one thing. Let's hope we can hold at least 11-3. I think we can do it. Just hold 11-3. That's all you got to do. Here comes the 1-1 to Basallo, swinging a fly ball on the shallow outfield. Going out is Abrams. Coming into the outfielders, there's a triangle, and it's going to be Lyle at the last minute to make the catch, I believe. Or who just made that catch? Who caught the baseball? That was a fly ball in the triangle between Young, Lyle, and Lyle, and Abrams. It's Young to make the catch at the very last second for out number 1. They almost collided, but they didn't. Young makes the catch for out number 1. Just barely didn't collide there. So now it'll be Tyler O'Neill with 1 out and a runner on 2nd. Revolta sets. First pitch to Tyler O'Neill. That's a curveball. Slider stays up in the zone, and it's called strike 1. 0-1 count. 176 average for O'Neill, 2 home runs. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Has a home run in this game. The 0-1 coming, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider, and it's 0-2. It'll be 0-2. So Neal hitting on an 0-2 count. Revolta sets. Here he goes to the plate. The 0-2. Just low with a slider, and it's a 1-2 count. Didn't get that call. That one was low in the zone. 11-3 lead for the Nats. They have an 8-run lead on the Orioles in Game 2 of this series. Mr. Cavalli will get a well-deserved win today. You know, I like that he will, but I just don't want to say it just yet. The 1-2, cold! Strike 3 on a sinker, right in the zone, right down the middle. What are you looking at, Mr. O'Neill? Strikeout number 1 for Revolta. I like to say he had a good game, and I think he's going to get it, but I don't want to say it just yet, Mr. Doug. If you get it, I don't want to guarantee it now, because we can't guarantee the win just yet, but I think he's got it. Good job for Cavalli. And the offense was behind him. The offense was needed tonight. It'll be Taveras to hit now, 2 hits in the game. 2 for 3. The pitch is in there. Called strike one with a changeup on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Thought he didn't get that one, but we get the call. That one was way out of the zone looking at the replay. Robalta comes set. It's like the umpires just want to go home. So they're making the game go faster. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, fouled on the first base line, and now it's 0-2. So be 0-2, 2 outs. Robalta sets. Here comes the pitch. Up high, ball one with a fastball, and that'll make it a 1-2 count. 1-2, 2 outs. Taveras hitting .260, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs with a 7.48 OPS. Robalta comes set. He's at 13 pitches now. Here comes the pitch. Called! Strike 3 on the inside corner. I think he's going to ABS this, though. Looks like it was in there. The pitch is in there. Called strike 3. And Taveras is set down. 2 strikeouts in a row for Robalta looking. He paints 2 in a row. 2 strikeouts for Robalta gets us out of the inning. In the top of the 8th, the Orioles go down. They get 1 hit. They leave a man. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is still the Nationals 11 and the Orioles 3. Now the Nationals have another chance to add on if they so desire that. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th. So now you wonder who's going to get the 9th inning. Who's going to try to hold the 8-run lead. Maybe we just keep Robalta out there. So we'll head to bottom 8. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. You got a good game if you hung out with us. You got a very good game. So to be Meade, House, and Abrams to hit in the bottom of the 8th. So I want to see what Aiken's final total was run-wise. Only 2 so far for Kittredge, who gave up the homer. So he gave up 2 of them. So 5 of the runs go to Aiken. And then 2 of them go to Kittredge so far. That's the line so far for the Nationals, or excuse me, for the Orioles pitchers. So we're going to get Josh Walker to pitch. Josh Walker will come into the bullpen. He'll come in for the 8th. So Kittredge gives up 2 runs. He gives up a homer. That was the 1 hit he gave up in his 0.2 innings worked. He gave up 1 hit. It was a home run. 2 runs, even though it was a 3-run home run. He only gets earned for 2 of them. No walks, no strikeouts for Kittredge. And it'll be Walker to come out of the pen. Walker pitched in last night's game, as well as tonight. So 3 lefties out of the pen, and 1 righty so far after the righty starter. So we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Nationals still hold an 11-3 lead. They're showing Taveras had his eyes closed during that. I think that's what they're trying to show on the TV. That's interesting. Never seen a guy have his eyes closed when he's hitting. It's going to be Curtis Meade to face Walker, the righty. First pitch to Meade. Meade takes a slider way inside and low ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. So 1 out. It's going to be Josh Walker. 2 games so far. 40% K rate, 10% walk rate. But he's only had 2 games. I think he pitched in yesterday's game. I believe he did. Yep, he pitched. Only guy out of the pen after Baz. Here's the pitch to Meade. It's high ball 2 with a fastball. It's going to be a 2-0 count. Wonder if the Nationals will just stick with Robalta for the 9th, not go to anybody else. Meade, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs this season. He came in for Garcia Jr. The pitch to Meade is called strike 1 with a sinker. It's a 2-1 count. So far, he has a fly out in foul territory. Garcia before him was 1 for 3, also flew out in foul territory, grounded out, and had a single. Here comes the 2-1 to Meade. Slow and out, ball 3 with a slider, and it's a 3-1 count. So 3-1, no outs. Walker sets. The 3-1 to Curtis Mead, the pitch. High and out, ball 4, and Mead's going to draw the walk to start the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Brady House now, who had a single that drove in a run when he pinch hit in the 7th in that long, long 7th inning. It's long for a good reason. The Nationals got the runs. So House, 221, 6 home runs. He'll face the lefty Walker. Here's the pitch to Brady House. House takes a sinker inside, called strike 1. House rubbed his head. So he looked to the umpire and rubbed his head, but then kind of said no. So he wanted to challenge it, but then he was like, oh, but then didn't challenge it. So that's okay. The 0-1 coming. Here's the pitch. And House swings and grounds this one foul down the first base line. It'll be 0-2. So 0-2, no outs. Mead is the man leading away from first. Mead, a good utility guy. Can play all the positions in the infield, basically besides short, catcher, and pitcher. Well, he can pitch probably, so just not catcher or short. I wonder if he can play outfield too. Here's the 0-2 to House. Swing and a foul. Did they say he got a piece of it? Yes, he did. He just got a piece of it, so it'll be 0-2 again. So it'll be 0-2. Walker steps back onto the rubber. He's waiting for a sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 0-2. House takes a fastball upstairs. It'll be a 1-2 count. See 1-2. On deck is Abrams, the shortstop. Has a 3-hit game going for himself. So Abrams has a good hit. Has a good hitting day. House has a decent game going. 1-2, swinging a ground ball, foul. It'll be 1-2 again. Like number 12, what's up, DN? What's up, Rising Rhino? Nothing much over here. How are you doing, Rhino? We got a good Nationals lead here. I saw the Defenders did not win, so the Defenders still cannot find their way into the playoffs just yet, but I think they will. I think the Defenders are going to reclaim their throne. The 1-2 to House is upstairs with a fastball. It'll be a 2-2 count. Thanks for hitting that like button, Rhino. And thanks for hanging out tonight. It's tonight now because it's 6:47. Wow. Becoming evening already. The 2-2 coming. Walker sets. The pitch. And House swinging a drive. Deep left field. Going back is Ward. And that one is off the wall. Mead around second, headed to third, and that is a double. Or that's gone! Umpire's calling, it's gone! Watch it fly, Brady House! And it's 13-3. The Nationals get 2 more here in the bottom of the 8th. It's 13-3, and Brady House adds on. Wow, that one looked like they played it like a double. They started playing it like a double, and then the umpire signaled it was gone. So that one is gone. Watch it fly, Brady House. It's 13-3. Mead scores on the play and a 2-run bomb for the Nationals. We got to do it one more time here. Maybe we'll get some more here. Here's the pitch to Abrams. And Abrams swings and misses at a slider, and it's 0-1. Whoop, whoop. Yep. The Battlehawks lost too. Yep. That is sad. Oh, here we go. We got 2 more to do. N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo! As Walker sets the 0-1 to Abrams, and Abrams swings and misses at another slider, and it's 0-2. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! Brady House sends it out of here for a 2-run bomb. Walker sets. The 0-2 to Abrams. Abrams takes low and out, and it'll be 1-2. We needed home wins. A sweep would be good, yes. A home sweep would be great. That would be absolutely great. Then you're over 500, and you've gotten into a good win column at home. I'd like us to get into the more win sides of home games. Just the pitch to Abrams, and Abrams swings and fouls it back. Let's not get carried away. I think the Nationals can sweep here. Brady House with a nice swing down the line. A good hit. A good hack there. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Abrams swings and grounds it up the middle. Shortstop Henderson plays it. Goes to first in time to get Abrams for out number 1. Sits out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Dalen Lyle's going to hit now. Doesn't have a hit yet, but he has an RBI on the fielder's choice. They're showing Brady House's swing. That was a really good swing. Stayed tall, stayed right through it. Had himself a tank. So now to be Dalen Lyle. First pitch to Lyle. Lyle takes a slider in there called strike 1. Yang Yang Balance Act says, hey, District. Nats looking good today. I'm assuming you said Nats, but thank you, Yang Yang Balance Act. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for hanging out. And they are looking very good, the 0-1 to Lyle. And Lyle swings and bloops this one foul, and it'll be 0-2. They're looking very good. Got a lot of runs on the board. And just to blow you away a little bit, this was a close game at one point. This was a 4-3 game. I was nervous. And now we're here. I don't think they're going to blow this by this point. I'm really praying they don't blow it. Here comes the 0-2 to Lyle. High ball 1 with a fastball, and it's a 1-2 count. It's going to be 1-2, 1 out. Walker checks his signs. He comes set. Here comes the 1-2 to Lyle. Catcher set up side. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is through into right field. So the Nationals continue to add on. They get another one. Here's a base hit here. Dalen Lyle with another knock. It's actually his first knock of the game. So Dalen Lyle gets into the hit category. 198 average for Nunez, who's now up to the plate. He doesn't have a hit in this game either. It would be nice for everyone to just grab a knock. Everyone have some fun. They better not blow this lead. Yep. I really hope they don't. The pitch to Nunez. And Nunez swings and drives this one down the right field line, but it's going to be well foul onto the second deck. Viva le Rhino. Yes. It's a good one. Viva le Rhino. Ooh, a nice fan made a nice catch there. No glove at all. Just makes a great catch. So Nunez on an 0-1. Walker sets. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Nunez swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 0-2. 0-2, 1 out. So far in this inning, they got 2 hits and a walk. The Nationals and a ground out for the only out in the inning. But they also have added on 2 more runs after the house home run. Here's the 0-2 to Nunez. Swing and a miss at a slider. Thought he got a piece of it, but Nunez is down swinging. Strikeout number 1 for Walker. So there's action in the Nationals bullpen. I don't know why. And here we go. Keibert Ruiz is going to hit now. Ruiz, surprisingly, has had the best game so far, probably, of his season. He is now a triple away from the cycle. If Keibert Ruiz manages to hit the triple here, he has the cycle. If he somehow managed it, he'll hit from the right side once again. He's been good from the right. Here's a pitch to Ruiz, and he takes a slider in there called strike 1. I mean, hypothetically, he's a triple away from the cycle. Looking at it rationally, there's no way Keibert Ruiz is hitting a triple. It'd have to be in the gap, and the outfielders would clearly miss it or make some sort of problem on it. Here's the 0-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes outside with a sinker, and it's a 1-1 count. So it'll be 1-1, 2 outs. Walker looking to come set. Ruiz with a runner on first, a chance for a 4th hit. It is low and out with a slider. It's a 2-1 count. 2-1, 2 outs. Bottom 8, the Nationals. It'd be great if they could just add on maybe 1 or 2 more, get us into a more than 10 runs lead. Make it even harder and harder for them to come back. The more runs, the less hope the Orioles would have. Walker sets. Here comes the 2-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and fouls it back, and it'll be 2-2. He's fouled back that slider. This will be 2-2, 2 outs. That would be great, but the triple is the hardest, I've been told. Yes, the triple is easily the hardest part of a cycle. That is easily the absolute hardest part because you got to hit it into a gap or put it somewhere unique where you can get 3 bases out of it. The 2-2 is high ball 3. And last night we had the Nationals almost get one. Lyle had a single, a double, and a homer. He missed the triple, though. And Ruiz, I don't think Ruiz is getting triples. You got to be fast, and you got to place it well. The 3-2 to Ruiz. Ruiz swinging a drive, deep left field, but this is going to be towards the corner, and it'll be Ward to make the catch for out number 3 to end the inning. So that'll end the 8th inning. 2 runs on the board, courtesy of a Brady House home run. 2 hits in the inning, 1 man left on base. So 2 more added to the board. It is now a 13-3 game. The Nationals have a lead. As we head to the 9th inning, they have a 10-run lead and a chance to take the series if they win this game. Let's go! Nats. Charge! There we go. Let's go Nats. And of course, the umpires have helped us out, so shout out to the umpires of today's game.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo! Yeah.
He gave it a try, though. Yep, I think he did give it some sort of try. If he had placed that fair and O'Neill or Ward missed it, chances are he could have maybe gotten a triple on it. If he somehow missed it and it went to the corner, he probably could have gotten a triple. So it's going to be Mayo, Jackson, and Henderson for the Orioles in the 9th. We'll see if there's a pitching change or anything for the Nationals, if they bring in an arm, or if they just roll with Rebalta. It will be Paxton Schultz to hold down the fort here in the 9th inning. He'll replace Rebalta. So 1 hit in the inning, 2 strikeouts for Rebalta, no runs and no walks. Schultz will come on for the 9th inning. He'll have 8, 9, and 1 for the Nationals. Mayo, Jackson, Henderson. It'll be Schultz to hold down a 10-run lead for the Nationals. He steps onto the rubber. 11 games, no record, no holds, a 2.30 ERA. Sub-3 at least. At least he's sub-3. First pitch from Schultz. Right in there, called strike 1 with a cutter, and it's 0-1 at 87 miles an hour. So 8 strikes away now. He's got a cutter, a four-seamer, a changeup, and a slider. He uses them all evenly, except for the slider. Only used that for 2.4% of the time. The 0-1. That's the slider, and it's low and out, ball 1 in the dirt. So it'll be a 1-1 count. So it'll be 1-1. Schultz sets. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a foul back. That will be fouled on the first baseline. It'll be 1-2. So 1-2, no outs. Mayo on the day. He is 1 for 3, grounded into a double play, has a single, and then flew out. Or excuse me, sorry, got it wrong again. He singled, then he flew out, and then he struck out. So that's his line on the day. That was Jackson's line I just read. So it'll be a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Schultz. Low ball 2 with a slider, and it'll be 2-2. So it'll be 2-2, no outs. Schultz comes set. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. The delivery, and it is just outside ball 3 with a fastball. It's a 3-2 count. Really today, it's just been the Nationals offense in the last 2 innings of this game. The 7th and the 8th put up runs. A lot of them. Combined in the 7th and the 8th, 9 runs. 7 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, but it's foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. Good line there, and they had 2 home runs across the 2 innings. They took what they could get. They took walks. They turned them into something good. They took hits. They turned it into something good. Fielder's choices. They turned it into something good. Everywhere, something good was happening during those innings. It's a good offense. They put up 13. Going to be up in the runs leaderboard again. Probably the 3-2. Called strike 3. But they are going to challenge this. I think Mayo thinks it's a walk. We'll take a look, though. It is a ball, so Mayo's going to draw the walk. Dang. Lucky that he has the ABS, or he'd be one out. Off by half an inch. So now there's a runner on first, and it'll be Jeremiah Jackson, who's 1 for 3 on the day. He grounded into a double play. So now, Paxton Schultz facing a fellow righty. Steps onto the rubber. He sets. First pitch to Jackson is in there. Called strike 1 with a cutter, and it's 0-1. Your support and contributions on District Nation Network is greatly appreciated. You're valued indeed. Thank you, Charles. So it'll be 0-1. Jeremiah Jackson, 243 average, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. Here comes the 0-1. Jackson swinging a drive deep left, but this one is well foul towards the 200 section. Bounces off, and it'll be 0-2. Your attitude will determine your altitude. This will be 0-2 here. Schultz comes set. Here comes the 0-2. Low and out, and it'll be a 1-2 count. This will be 1-2, no outs. If you have not done so already, please pause now and give the like button a thumbs up. Thank you, Charles. So it'll be 1-2 here with no outs. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3, another challenge by Taveras. That's Jackson to challenge it. And the pitch is a strike this time. And Jackson is set down. Strikeout number 1 for Schultz and out number 1 here in the top of the 9th inning. Now the Nationals are 2 outs away from being able to grab a win. Be sure to hit that like button before we end. Before this game is over, be sure to hit that like button. Help out the channel, everybody. I'm getting closer to the goals for the subscriber count. Would love to get 250, then we're a quarter of the way to 1,000. That's outside ball 1 with a cutter to Gunnar Henderson. And we got a pinch hitter here for Henderson. Is that Cowser? Or who is this? Let's see who this pinch hitter is. Don't think we have a name just yet. So here is the 1-0 from Schultz. And that is swung on, fouled back, and it'll be a 1-1 count. We don't have a name yet. This is, I'll get it on MLB then, get a name on this guy. This is Hanley, pinch hitting. Maverick Hanley. Hanley will pinch hit to send a righty up there. The pitch is swung on and missed on a slider. So we're sending a righty up when it was a lefty-righty matchup anyway. Just giving him some work then, I guess. So it's a 1-2 count now. So 1-2, 1 out. So ESPN's ahead of me. Just let me make the call. Swing and a miss at a slider in the dirt. Strikeout number 2 for Schultz, and that's out number 2. And now the Nationals are 1 out away. Let's go, Nats. Let's go. Wave the caps. Wave the caps for a minute. The cap out. This is the cap I wear to games whenever I go. I also have the City Connect right here that I could also wear to a game. Schultz sets. He'll face Ward. First pitch to Ward. Called. Strike 1. Ward, the 2-hole hitter, has 2 knocks in the game as well as 2 strikeouts. Immediately 0-1. So here comes Schultz as he comes set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left center field. Going back is Young coming in now. It'll be Wood to make the catch, and this game is over. The Washington Nationals secure a 13-3 victory that lasts until 7:03. So almost 3 hours on the dot. You got 2 hours and 56 minutes for the time of game. What a game for the Washington Nationals as they put it away. And it's 13-3. They win the series, and the Washington Nationals are at 500. The Nationals finally get back to the 500 mark. They finally can. Wow, they can finally do it. They're 23-23, and if they win tomorrow, they get themselves over 500. Cade Cavalli gets a win. There you go, everybody. Cade Cavalli gets his second win of the season. Good game. On MLB, they got Keibert Ruiz as the player of the game. Let's go. He had 5 RBIs. Brady House had a home run. And, of course, you got a lot of home runs. We're going to quickly look at all the scoring plays in today's game. Ruiz home run, and then Abrams double, and then Brady House double, and then Dalen Lyle fielder's choice, and then Ruiz single, and then a House homer, and then a Young homer, or that's reversed. It was House, or Young then House. What a game. The Washington Nationals really got behind their pitcher today. They really got behind him. When Cade Cavalli started to fall, gave up 3 runs. It's a 4-3 game. The Nationals said, don't worry, we're getting you this win, and put up 7 runs for him in the 7th inning. After he comes out, make sure he gets the win. Give Cade Cavalli a win. You got to get your guy a win. And they did. They got Cade Cavalli a win today. A good game overall. Cade Cavalli, good job to you. 6 1/3, 8 hits, 3 runs. That's still an amazing outing. So I don't know who we're going to go to. I think we're going to go to Pure Adrenaline Sports. He just got underway, but that's where we're going to be redirected to. Let me just talk about the game real quickly. Just a little post-game. Wow, just scoring runs. It's good. The Orioles went back-to-back home runs, and they scored runs in the 7th, 3 runs in the 7th. The Nationals said, nope, we are winning this game. And that's exactly what the Nationals did. They won. That's awesome. Get the Nationals some wins. The Nationals are now at 500. They get their 8th win at home. They're now 8-13. It's getting better. The record at home is getting better. And now they play the Mets at home next week. The week series is going to be them. So that's going to be, and of course, Pure Adrenaline Sports is going to be able to cover those. So I'm going to send you over there. You can check him out. He's going to be covering Yankees and Mets, the Subway Series. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I will not be able to call the 3rd game of the 3-game series tomorrow. I apologize. I have some things to do tomorrow, so I cannot call the game. But you will be able to listen because I'm going to post a link to Orioles Birdwatcher. He's an Orioles fan, but he's going to call the game, and it's from Nationals Park, so we have the home field advantage. Hopefully the Nationals get it done. I will not be able to call the game. I will be putting out my pregame video between the Mets and the Nationals. There were some worrisome moments when the O's made it 4-3, but the Nats pulled it away. Yep, exactly. Thank you, Doug, for tuning in today. We're going to be headed over to Pure Adrenaline Sports after this. Wow, what a game, though. And I won't be able to cover it. Orioles Birdwatcher will. And then this week, Pure Adrenaline Sports will cover out the week for you guys Monday to Thursday, 4-game series. And I will be back this coming Friday with the Braves, the Nationals. Nationals are going to visit the Braves, the homestand when New York comes to us. But I'll be back on Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back this Friday at, let me get a time real quickly. We will be back. Time is going to be 7 o'clock is going to be the start of the stream. Curly W Express says, you did a tremendous job. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for those kind words. Thank you so much for tuning in as well, supporting the channel. So we will be back this Friday at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's your redirect link. You can head over to Pure Adrenaline Sports. Thank you so much to everyone who supported the channel, who helped out. Of course, everyone who just hung out today. Thank you so much. So there you go. There's your redirect link. I will see you this Friday, 7 o'clock on the dot. We'll be here giving some pregame takes, 7:15. First pitch, and of course, I'm going to release pregame videos for both series. You'll be able to find those. Thank you so much for everyone who hung out today. I will see you this Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be back, 7 o'clock